to another edition of Osceola Seminole Football. We are here at Parker Field on the campus of Piggott High School. And, Bobby, it's raining. It's been raining since we left Osceola.
That's an understatement.
Rained on us the whole time we got set up here today. It's a steady downpour here in Piggott. And so the field conditions are definitely going to come into play here tonight.
I got to tell you, Michael, you got to give props to the groundskeepers here and the crew that takes care of this field, because I don't see any water standing, and we've had plenty of rain. The field looks good, looks like it's been prepared well. So they shouldn't have, there may be some footing issues and things like that, but it is a natural turf. But it looks good. Looks like they've done a good job of getting it ready to play football tonight.
We want to welcome everybody that is listening in on the Seminole Nation Facebook and YouTube page, and also everybody listening with the Sudbury Radio Sports app on the Radio Sports app from Sudbury Broadcasting. Welcome everybody here tonight. We got about 9 minutes before this game gets going, and then we'll talk a little bit about Piggott. Bobby, all-time series between Osceola and Piggott, 7-2, with Osceola leading that series. Piggott is coached by Coach Michael Harrell. He's 31-22 overall at Piggott. Last year he was 6-5, 4-3 in conference. Lost in the first round of the playoffs to the McGee Owls, 24-14. This year he's 1-6 overall, 1-3 in conference. The lone win comes over the Manila line, 24-14 in conference. Losses are to Jonesboro West Side 13-0, Brooklyn 35-0, Rector 22-8, Harrisburg 22-8, Walnut Ridge 43-28, and Hoxie 54-28. The overall record for the Piggott Mohawks 73-109-2, and their record at home is 43-38-0. Bobby, players to watch tonight for the Piggott Mohawks will be number 3, quarterback, junior Tanner Dixon, 6'1", 180. He's 55 for 117 through the air, 633 yards. He's got 84 carries for 126 yards, so he does a little bit of everything for the Piggott Mohawks. Also number 2, running back, junior Michael Parker, 6 foot 190, 32 carries for 198 yards, got 3 catches for 19 yards. Number 12, running back, Logan Ralph. He's a junior, 5'11", 180. He's got 33 carries for 173 yards. Also got 29 catches for 357 yards. And also number 5, Holden Tarno. He's a senior, 6 foot 160, 6 catches for 134 yards. And Bobby, one of the big strengths for the Piggott Mohawks is they are huge. I'm talking about huge on the offensive line.
Well, you can look down there on the sideline, Michael, and you see some kids that are going in the high 200, 300-pound range, and we're watching number 3, Tanner Dixon, warm up down here. He can definitely spin it. He's throwing it about close to 40 yards right now, and putting a good-looking ball in the air. We're going to have to come out and be focused and not worry about the weather and not worry about the elements, and get out here and play some football.
For the Seminoles, they are coached by Robert Hooks, 24-5 overall, 13-2 last year, 7-0 in conference. Runner-up in the championship game to the Boonville Bearcats. This year they are 6-1 overall, 4-0 in conference. Only lost to Valley View in week 1, week 0, 36-19. Their wins come to Blyville, 33-18, Gosnell 35-28, Hoxie 41-14, Walnut Ridge 54-6, Manila 53-6, and Harrisburg 49-7. Players to watch for the Seminoles, there's number 2, MJ Vance, 5'2", 216, senior. He's 55 for 95 for 950 yards passing, 79 carries for 499 yards rushing. Also, number 3, Greg Hooks Jr., senior, wide receiver, 25 carries, 25 catches, 496 yards. He's a 6'1", 174 senior. Also, number 4, Trey Moore, wide receiver. 5'10", 145 senior, 21 catches, 302 yards. And also number 5, Brandon Johnson. He is a 5'8", 172 running back senior, 30 carries for 242 yards. And Bobby, it's no secret what Osceola likes to do is spread the ball out. They want to run it and pass it, and we'll see if the weather conditions are going to allow them to do that here tonight.
Well, Osceola runs the football well, and that's what this weather dictates, is that you keep the football on the ground. We know good and well that Coach Hooks is going to try to throw it around some. You're going to try to use that speed. We'll see how the field conditions negate the speed advantage of the Seminoles. They have a decided speed advantage, and we'll see how well they can overcome the wet conditions.
Folks, we got about 5 minutes on this clock before this game gets started. We're going to get have our sponsors get a word in. Want everybody to make sure that if you're watching on the live feed, if you'll leave us a message letting us know where you're listening from. Also, let us know, make sure everything sounds good. That way we can get that taken care of. So just make sure you let us know where you're listening from and let us know how everything sounds. So this time we'll take a time out, let our sponsors get a word in. You are listening to Osceola Seminole Football on the Sudbury Radio Sports broadcast and also the Seminole Nation Facebook and YouTube page. We're going to be back in 2 minutes. Good deal. Y'all got, what, Batesville and Blytheville? Okay. Okay. Good deal.
Taking care of business down here.
Signing autographs? What are you doing?
Man, I'm doing all kind of stuff in the hole. They come over here talking about, are you God?
Operation and helping getting all this
1
together
minute.
each and every week. So it's been a big success. We'll do it once again next year.
And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field. We are in Piggott, Arkansas tonight for a big 3A3 conference game between your Osceola Seminoles and the Piggott Mohawks. And, Bobby, once again, we have talked about it. It is pouring down rain here in Piggott. But across the way over there, I mean, you can see the Seminole band has made their way into the bleachers. The fans are coming in on the far side. We are on the home side on the top of the press box. We'll be able to see them all night long. The cheerleaders are here. The fans are coming. Over on the right-hand side over here, the Seminoles are coming out of their locker room, and Piggott has already came out, and they have been waiting here about the 45-yard line for the last few minutes. Seminoles are going to just let this clock go as long as they can. They get the last preparation in the locker room, Bobby, and they're making their way to the field right now. They might not even do a run-through.
Doesn't look like there's going to be a run-through tonight. Again, it's just kind of sloppy out here, and I don't blame them, to be honest with you. It's just an ugly night.
It is, and it is. It's been raining. Like I said, we stressed it all week long because we saw the rain was coming, and we were trying to figure out where we were going to get at. We ended up bringing a trailer over here, folks, with 2 tents in it and sidewalls and heaters, and we've got a trailer load. But we got up here, and Piggott has been gracious enough to find us a spot up there on top. We are kind of in the elements because we have walls, but everything's open, and so no matter what, we're going to be out of the rain right now unless it turns and just starts blowing towards us. Right now, we're going to be good, and hopefully, if the internet signal will just hold on, we're going to have a good ball game here from Piggott tonight.
We need to thank Coach Hearn and Coach Harrell for getting us a spot up here in the press box, on top of the press box, so we can stay dry. We were worried about our equipment, worried about how we were going to keep everything dry, especially our camera.
Tell you what,
they were
Bobby,
gracious enough to give us a place.
Got a lot going on up here. I mean, we got a cameraman down on the end down there. They're doing a live stream from a TV station out of Missouri.
Yep.
That comes down, and then right beside him is the filmer for Osceola and the filmer for Piggott.
Piggott.
We got our camera right here beside us, and we're in the window. Coach Thompson's up here with us. We're doing the stats. Jade's over here in the corner with all the get up, and Coach Donaldson's made his way up here to be able to talk to Coach Hook. So hey,
we're ready for football.
We're ready for football, yes sir. MJ Vance is gonna kick for Osceola. Let's see. Hard to see the numbers, Bobby, on the Piggott there. MJ Vance is going to approach the ball, folks. Here we go. It's a high end-over-end kick taken at the 10-yard line. He's across the 15 to the 20, 25. Got a hole across the 30. He's going to be knocked down. Good run back to about the 35-yard line. That is number 2.
Parker on the return.
Parker, 6 foot 190 junior.
Good run there for Piggott. Just got it blocked, Bobby, and good return.
Now the kick wasn't very deep and it wasn't very high, and that allowed the Piggott Mohawks to get set up and didn't allow the coverage to make their way down the field to get in their lane. So it was a good return.
First offensive possession for the Piggott Mohawks. They're going to break the huddle. Come to the line of scrimmage with a spread formation. Quarterback's going to be in the shotgun. They're going to have 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. There is a snap. Going to give it to the running back. He's hitting the line of scrimmage. Going to go across the 35 to the 36. They're probably going to give him the 37. 2-yard gain. Be second and 8 for Osceola. For Piggott. Sorry.
Good tackle there by number 45 to Carlos Woods, filling that hole quickly. Got into the gap. And we see that Piggott's going to come out and try to test the front of the defensive front for Osceola, like so many other teams have done. That shotgun one running back look and the counteraction across the formation.
Same formation as they come back to the line of scrimmage. Ball's marked at the 37-yard line. Quarterback is looking over the defense. Got one man coming into motion. There's going to be a snap. They're going to give it on the speed sweep to number 2. He's hit. Going to go across the 38 to the 39. They're going to give him probably to the 40-yard line. So it's a 3-yard gain. Bobby going to bring up 3rd and 5. That's
a good stop there by Brandon Johnson. He stayed home and completed his assignment. Playing good assignment football from his corner spot. The jet sweep action, you see that coming across the formation. Brandon did exactly what he's been trained to do. He stayed home and made a good tackle.
Big 3rd down here for Osceola. If they can stop them behind the sticks, hopefully we'll cause a punt. We need to watch the football here. 4 wide receivers this time. 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shotgun formation, 1 running back to his right. There is a snap. Quarterback's going to give it to the first man through. He's across the 45 to the 50. Cross down to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a big gain and a first down for the Piggott Mohawks.
Yeah, Osceola had a stunt on there. They brought Chris Littleton from his linebacking position, and he just overran the play. He shot the gap there, and the running back was able to sidestep him and make a nice gain. It's the same thing we've seen all year. It's to test the interior, the defensive line for Osceola and running between the tackles, and it's something that's plagued us all year, and they've got to find a way to stop it.
1st and 10 for the Piggott Mohawks. Ball's marked at the 45-yard line of Osceola. 3 wide receivers set this time. Shotgun formation. Got 1 man to his right. 1 man comes into motion. There is a snap. Going to give it. Quarterback's going to keep it this time across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. About a 1-yard gain. Well, they're going to give him 2 yards down to the 43. So it'll be 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Osceola's playing a 3-4 look on defense. 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. The 2 outside linebackers, Sam and Will, are playing off the line of scrimmage a little bit. 2 interior linebackers are about 5 yards off the ball. Again, that's an RPO look from Piggott and DeCarlos Woods. We're going to hear his name a lot tonight from his defensive tackle spot. Does a good job of bringing that runner down.
Shotgun formation one more time. 4 wide receivers set, 3 to the near, 1 to the far. 1 man comes into motion. There is a snap. They're going to give it to the running back. The motion man is going to get across the 43. Maybe give him 1 yard to the 42. Going to bring up a 3rd and 7 for Piggott.
And again, that's Rod Hale playing an outside linebacker position on the boundary side of the field. They run that jet sweep into the boundary. Rod stays home. He doesn't let the motion action get him out of position. Stays home and makes a good tackle.
8:43 left in the first quarter. 0-0 is your score. Piggott is still on their first possession on offense. Rain continues to fall here at Parker Field. Piggott comes to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers to the near side, which is the home side. one to the far side. Shotgun formation. And there is a snap. Going to give it to 32. He's across the 40. Down to about there's a fumble on the play. Let's see what happens here. And let's, they're going to say Osceola's got it, and that's the first turnover of the ball game, Bobby.
There's a tackle there by Dontaven Littleton and Chris Littleton. Both they both got onto the running back, and I think Dontaven was able to strip it out of there. And that's what the Seminoles needed. That was close to a first down. Same play we've been seeing. It's the counter action play out of the shotgun with a single setback. It's the same thing that we've seen all year. Osceola have problems with. But that turnover will stop that drive.
Seminoles' first possession on offense comes at 8:12 in the first quarter. 4 wide receivers set, shotgun formation. Vance is your quarterback. There is a snap. Going to give it to the running back. He's across the 40. That's Brandon Johnson, 45. Hits a man at the 50. Going to go down to the 49-yard line of Piggott. Big gain for Osceola, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Good, strong run by Brandon. He was looking for contact at the end of that, but that's a good start for this Osceola offense.
Right back to the line of scrimmage. No huddle for the Seminoles. There's a snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw. He throws, and it is complete, but thrown behind him. Greg's going to get it on the far side, maybe 1 yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and 9, Bobby.
That's typical of what we've seen from Coach Hooks. If Piggott is going to play the soft coverage like they're doing, then Coach Hooks is going to take advantage of that.
Once again, Stephon Coleman's going to get it on the end around. He's across the 45-40, and is going to get tripped up right at the 36-yard line. Another first down for Osceola.
That's a touchdown-saving tackle by number 32, Drake Featherstone. If Stephon gets out of his grasp, he's gone.
Tempo is what we got right now for Osceola, but we got a flag. I'm sorry, I missed that flag. And I'm assuming it was holding, Bobby.
They called holding in the interior of the line.
I'm used to looking for the yellow, and they're using the pink tonight for breast cancer awareness. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. I just I missed the flag. So that hold's going to bring us back to the 42-yard line. Still be 2nd down. Four wide receivers set, shotgun formation. Here comes one man in motion. That's Dan Newsom. He's going to get the handoff, but they're going to get him back behind the sticks to about the 40-yard line. That's another loss, Bobby. Going to bring up a 3rd and long for Osceola.
Piggott had that thing read really well. I think at that point, if MJ's not instructed to hand the ball, he made the improper read. If he pulls that thing and keeps it, he's probably still running.
I agree. 3rd down and long for Osceola. Shotgun formation. Four wide receivers set. There is a snap. Vance is going to look to throw. Still looking to throw. Going to go deep. He's got a man wide open. I'm talking about wide open. There he goes. He's at the 40, 30. Greg Hook's going to get tripped up, and they're going to say he was tripped up at the 1 yard line. He's going to fall to the 1 yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Osceola, Bobby, at the 1.
That's what Osceola needs to do. They need to utilize that speed. We see right now that MJ is going to be able to spin the football tonight and put it on target, even in these conditions. Greg just ran by the defender on a go route, and MJ put it on him.
Ball's at the 1 yard line. They're going to pull everything in tight here. Shotgun formation once again. Nope, we're going under center now. MJ's going to go under center. There's a snap. He's going to try to get across. They're stacked up. He's going to get off there, and he's going to go across the goal line for a 1 yard touchdown.
That's that fire alarm huddle break that Coach Hooks likes to use in short yardage situations. MJ was under center and just bounces off the pile to get a 1 yard touchdown.
I think MJ Vance is going to attempt the extra point. Trey Moore will be the holder.
A good start for the Osceola offense. The penalty and then a lost yardage play, and to come back that strong is a good start.
There is a snap. The hold is down, and it is blocked. So with 6:22 left in the first quarter, Osceola 6, Piggott 0. You're listening to Osceola Seminole Football. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field. Seminoles have just scored on a 1-yard touchdown run by M.J. Vance. That extra point was blocked. Seminoles lead 6-0, 6:22 left in the first quarter. But, Bobby, that was set up by the big pitch and catch from M.J. Vance to Greg Hooks.
It was, and the extra point woes for Osceola continue.
M.J. Vance is going to kick a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at about the 9-yard line. He's across the 10 to the 15 to the 20, 25, looking for a hole. He's going to get across the 25 up to about the 28-yard line. About 29-yard line, so Piggott will have the ball first and 10.
Much better coverage on that kick. That kick was higher and longer, and that gave the kick coverage time to get down the field and get in their lanes. Good tackles.
Second possession for the Piggott Mohawks comes at 6:16 left in the first quarter.
Osceola comes out showing the 3-4 look again. It's not a true 3-4. It's kind of modified. The defensive ends play in an outside linebacker type position to help in coverage.
Spread formation for the Piggott Mohawks. 4 wide receivers set. There is a snap. They're going to give it to the first man through. He's hit right at the 30-yard line. Going to go across the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. So that's a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 for the Mohawks.
DeCarlos Woods and Chris Littleton on the stop there, both playing well tonight. Again, that same play, the same action, and test the interior of the defensive line for the Seminoles, and we've seen it all year. And Coach Teague is making some adjustments to try and get this thing slowed down some. We're more into a 4-3 type look now. We're using 4 down linemen or 4 linemen and an end.
4 wide receivers set this time. Shotgun formation. Lone running back is to his left. Quarterback looks over the defense. One man comes into motion. There is a snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw this time. Little out pass, and it's going to be complete. Complete to about the 37-yard line, 38-yard line. So it's going to bring up a third down, 3rd and about 1, Bobby.
It's Tanner Dixon to Michael Parker. Man, I tell you, Dixon throws a good-looking ball. That's a really nice-looking throw. Now, if he hits him in stride, there's probably a lot bigger gain there. But it does bring up a 3rd and short. The Seminole defense needs to step up big here and get a stop.
3rd and about a long 1 for the Piggott Mohawks. 4:59 left in the first. Osceola leads 6-0. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Once again, we're in a shotgun formation. And there is a snap. Going to give it to the running back. He's hit the line of scrimmage and he's going to go back to about the 38-yard line, according to this man here. But this man over here's got him marked at the 39. We'll just have to.
I don't know which referee's spotting the football, but that's
going to be a first down.
That is a first down.
Well, you had the far linesman over there had it spotted at the 39. The linesman on the near side had it at the 38. So there was a difference there, but nevertheless, they're going to give him a first down at the 39-yard line. Good job by the defense.
And again, that's the same action we've seen all year, and everybody's going to test us until we find a way to stop it.
3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Quarterback is in the shotgun formation. He's looking over the defense, taking his time, trying to get his fingers dry, it looks like. There is a snap. Going to give it to the first running back through, and he's got good positive yardage up to about the 44-yard line. About a gain of 5, be 2nd and 5 for the Mohawks.
Tackle there by Dontaven Littleton from his inside linebacking position. I thought we were going to see him start to walk the linebackers down again like we've seen them have success with in past weeks, but they backed off. And I think that's part and parcel to the fact that Mr. Dixon can throw the football so well. Osceola's playing a little bit more coverage defense than they are run.
Ball sitting at the 44-yard line of Piggott. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. 1 running back to his right. And Osceola has jumped off sides, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that should be either right at the marker or first down, one or the other.
As both Kenyon Troop and DeCarlos Woods both got caught there on the hard count, they're going to give them a first down.
Will be a first down. Bobby sitting at the 49-yard line of Piggott. 3:07 left in the first quarter, 6-0. Osceola leads, and right now Piggott's just using the clock and running the ball. A couple passes here and there just to keep us honest, but doing a good job on offense.
It's obvious Coach Harrell wants to shorten the ball game. He's using that play clock all he can. He's going to try to shorten the football game.
3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. And there's a snap. Going to give it to the running back. He's across the 45 up to about the 50-yard line. They're going to give him the 50-yard line. That's another gain of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Mohawks.
And as long as Piggott can continue to gain 5 yards on first down, it's going to give Osceola's defense fits. They're going to have to find a way to stop that counteraction, that the across the formation out of that shotgun set on the single setback. Coach Teague had worked miracles with that at Hoxie and walked down the linebackers, and I think that's what they need to start, and they need to go back to that.
Spread formation once again. 4 wide receivers set. Shotgun formation for the quarterback. He's got 1 running back to his left. They're in no hurry, folks. They're going to use all the play clock they can. There is a snap. Quarterback's going to run it this time. He's got the 45. He's got the 40, about right at the 40-yard line, and that's right at another first down. Piggott will have another first down, I believe.
It's going to be really close. Now they're marking him about a yard short, a little shorter than a yard short. We saw DeCarlos Woods coming from his inside, from his defensive tackle slot, and make that tackle there on the quarterback, Tanner Dixon, on the RPO. But again, I think at this point, Michael, you've got to stack the box. You've got to stop the run. With the conditions the way they are tonight, I think you've got to make Mr. Dixon beat you with his arm.
3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. 3rd and short, very short for the Mohawks.
And you can see they're just standing around, Michael. They got 10 seconds on the play clock, and they're in no hurry to snap the football.
And there is a snap. Quarterback's going to keep it. He's across the 40, across the 35, down to about the 32-yard line, and that's another first down for the Piggott Mohawks. And right now they've got this defense off balance.
Good pull and run by Tanner Dixon. He saw the defensive end crashing, and he pulled that football and took off around the right side. It's a good run. You see that Piggott's game plan is to shorten this football game. They want to limit the offensive possessions of the Seminoles. And they were on a good drive on their first drive until the fumble. Osceola's got to find a way to stop this running game.
We've got about 30 seconds left in the first quarter. They will have to run one more play before this quarter's over. 1st and 10 for the Mohawks. Ball sits at the 33-yard line of Osceola. 4 wide receivers set. Here comes 1 man in motion. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Thrown at the feet. And going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
And that's what Osceola needs right there. They need a no gain or short gain on first down, get him in 2nd and long. But again, I'll reiterate, you got to take the run away. You've got to make him beat you with his arm. And as you see right there, the conditions are not really good for passing the football right now. So I think you've got to stack the box and make the guy beat you throwing the football.
2nd down and 10. Ball sitting at the 33-yard line. 4 wide receivers set one more time. Shotgun formation. And there is a snap. They're going to give it to the running back. He gets across the 31 to the 30-yard line. About a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. But that's going to end the first quarter with your score. Osceola 6, Piggott 0. We'll take a timeout, let our sponsors get a word in. We'll be back in 1 minute. And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field. We start the second quarter, 6-0 Osceola. Piggott has the ball on the 30-yard line of Osceola. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
this is an opportunity for Osceola to get this Mohawk offense off the field, and they need to make a stand right here.
3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun formation one more time. And we have jumped off sides one more time.
Big Trent Brown getting ahead of himself.
And, Bobby, I don't understand it. He's sitting right on top of the ball. I'm talking about the ball is right on top of it.
Listening to the hard count, not looking at the football. Those mistakes are killers for you in a drive like this. You had them in 3rd and 7, 3rd and long. Now you let them run the clock. They're going to work the clock again. And you give them 3rd and short, and they've had a lot of success running the football.
3rd and 2 for the Mohawks. Shotgun formation one more time. Seminoles they're going to break this one, folks. 20, 15, 10. Going to get him down to about the 6-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and goal for Piggott. And that time, Bobby, the linebacker walked up. He just picked the wrong gap, ran right by him.
That's the second time we've seen that tonight. The linebacker walks up, and he's in the stunt, and he just picks the wrong hole. Number 32, Drake Featherstone, on a really good run. But it's the same thing. It's the same play. I mean, it's right and left. It's a counteraction from the shotgun, from the single setback. You're running across the formation. You're washing the linebackers down, and they're doing a good job of it. But of course, everybody that's done it at Osceola this year has had success.
1st and goal on the 6-yard line, shotgun formation. There is a snap. Going to give it to the first running back through. He's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain. 2nd and goal from the 6.
The tackle on the left side of the Piggott Mohawk offense missed the block that time. DeCarlos Woods took advantage of it, came across and made a good tackle from the backside. That's the type of thing Osceola is going to have to do. But we're going to, again, I don't understand the philosophy of not loading the box and taking the run away. You got to make this kid beat you with his arm.
2nd down and be 6 from the 6. 2nd goal. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Shotgun formation. Quarterback's going to go in the center this time, and we'll see what happens here. Different formation where we're seeing one man comes into motion. They're going to give it to the end around, and they've got it blocked. 5, touchdown, 6-yard touchdown run by the Piggott Mohawks.
Number 2, that's Michael Parker. And again, you see him use the over pursuit of the Seminole defense against them. Come on the reverse action from the end around. Blocked it up really, really well, and were able to get into the end zone.
See what Piggott does here, if they go for 2 or if they elect to. They're going to go for 2. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun formation. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to run to his right. He's trying to find a hole, and he gets stuck. Gets stuck at the 2-yard line. They didn't let him in. It's no good. 10:38 left in the 2nd quarter. Osceola 6, Piggott 6. We'll take a timeout, let our sponsors get a word in. We're back in 30 seconds. And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field here on the campus of Piggott High School.
You know, Michael, we saw the same play that we've been talking about, and we saw the penalties jump up and rear their ugly head on that drive, allowing Piggott to continue the drive when you had them in a 3rd and long. And Osceola's got to clean this thing up. You know, we talked about this on the coaches show. On paper, you look at these 2 football teams, and Osceola ought to be way out in front. But you start letting these Piggott Mohawks believe, and they're at home, and they start having some success, and we're going to be in a ball game.
6-6 is your score. 10:38 left in the 2nd quarter, and right now, like Bobby says, everything Piggott's wanting to do is doing well. It's going to be an onside kick. Osceola's going to have to jump on it, and they do it to 44-yard line. Good field position for the Seminoles.
Good job there by Dontaven Littleton to get on that football, cover it up, and make a good recovery there, prevent anything else bad from happening. And it does give the Seminoles excellent field position. They need to capitalize right here.
Ball's going to be sitting with the nose of the football on the 45-yard line. 10:38 left in the 2nd quarter. 6-6 is your score. Got a good one here. Rain's still falling here at Piggott High School. And got a good game here. 4 wide receivers set. Shotgun formation. There is a snap. Going to give it to number 5, Brandon Johnson. He is across the 45, across the 50, 45. He's at the 40. It's a foot race at the 30. At the 25, at the 20, at the 15, the 10. He's still on his feet down to about the 5-yard line. Huge run by number 5, Brandon Johnson. And the Seminoles have it first and goal at the 4-yard line.
That's a good run by Brandon. That was a true counter. It wasn't just a counter look. It was a true counter out of that shotgun set for Brandon Johnson. Number 12 for Piggott, Logan Ralph, had an angle on him, and Brandon was able to elude him, almost getting into the end zone.
They're going to give it to him at the 5-yard line and be first and goal for the Seminoles. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shotgun formation once again. One man comes into motion. There's a snap. Going to give it to the man coming through. He's at the 5, trying to get across the goal line. He pushes, baby, and it is a touchdown, Seminoles. That is number 1, Dan Newsom.
Good hard run by Dan. He wasn't to be denied on that particular run. The jet action sweep and gets down and gets a hat on a hat, gets one man to beat, and he just pushes him into the end zone. Excellent run by Dan Newsom. Looks like Osceola's going to go for 2 in this instance.
Osceola will go for 2. 1 wide receiver to the far side. They got 1 to the near side. Shotgun formation, offset jumbo package to your right. Number 1, Dan Newsom is your quarterback. MJ Vance is the up back. There's a snap. And they're going to follow big MJ. He's going to try to get in. They're pushing him. And
they're going to call him down short.
Ain't nobody said nothing yet.
Well, you got this line judge down here was marking him at about the half-yard line. And we've seen Osceola run that same play on 2-point conversions all year, and it's been successful all year. But again, these extra point woes for the Seminoles are going to come back to us at some point. We've got to clean this stuff up and either be able to get the extra point kick good or convert these 2-pointers.
Folks, Seminoles have just scored on a 5-yard touchdown run by number 1, Dan Newsom. We tried the 2-point conversion with Dan Newsom at quarterback in the Wildcat. It's no good. So with 10:09 left in the second quarter, Osceola 12, Piggott 6, and Bobby, again, that score was set up by a long play, this time with Brandon Johnson.
Osceola's going to have to continue to use their speed, and they have the ability to do that. But the defense is going to have to find stops because Piggott is going to limit their possessions. And Osceola can't afford to let Piggott hang around and stay within 1 score. And you got to try to put some distance between you and the Mohawks.
Both teams are back out on the field getting ready for the kickoff. Kicking for Osceola will be number 2, MJ Vance.
Piggott's had some success returning the football. They've had good field position to start.
It's a high line drive kick. It's gonna go into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And Piggott will have the ball first and 10.
That's a good start for the Seminole defense there. You don't have a return back to the 30 or 35 on this particular instance. So the defense has got to find a way to stop this running game of the Piggott Mohawks.
10:09 left in the second quarter, 12-6. Osceola leads. Piggott's going to have the ball first and 10 on their own 20-yard line. And while we got just a second, we want to thank everybody for watching the live feed on Seminole Nation Facebook and YouTube page, and everybody that's listening on the Sudbury Radio Sports app. We appreciate you doing that so much. Piggott's going to come to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun formation. Quarterback is in the backfield. Shotgun. He's going to give it to the lone running back, and he's going to get across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. 2-yard gain, be second and 8 for Piggott.
Same play again, Michael. That same counter action look that they do out of the shotgun. Trent Brown on the tackle. The running back was slowed down by Dan Newsom. That was a good defensive start there. You got them in 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8. You can't make mistakes here. We can't have the penalties. Can't be jumping off sides and try to get them off the field.
Will be 2nd and 8 for the Piggott Mohawks. It does sit on the 22-yard line. They got 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. Running back's going to be to his left this time. And there is a snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw, and it's a slant. They're thrown behind him, and woo, that was close. That was close to being picked off, Bobby.
Yeah, if Trey could have stopped, I think he'd have got that one. It would have been a pick 6. But again, Michael, it's stop the run, force them to throw the football. That's going to be the name of the game tonight. With these conditions and the rain falling and the weather and the cold, you've got to force this Piggott Mohawk team to throw the football.
I agree. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Ball sitting at the 22-yard line. See if they don't hard count. They hard counted here last time. Let's see if they don't hard count one more time here. They do come to the line of scrimmage with 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation for the quarterback. He has the lone running back to his right. There's a snap. Quarterback's going to throw. He's got a. It's a pass. It's a pass just to the running back. Just didn't make it to him, Bobby, and it's going to bring up a 4th down, incomplete.
That was a setup screen. It was a running back screen to the interior. DeCarlos Woods just got into the backfield too quick for Tanner Dixon to set up and throw the football to his running back.
Word I was looking for was shovel pass, and I just could not find it.
He didn't have time to do anything but a shovel pass.
No.
DeCarlos was back there quickly.
Punt formation for the Piggott Mohawks, and we're going to have Trey Moore back deep for Osceola.
And we all know how dangerous Trey is back there with the football in his hands.
And there is a snap. We got a whistle.
Flag.
Penalty flag on the play.
We got a false start, I believe. I read it. I'm trying to read this.
He was pointing toward Osceola, but it is a false start.
False start.
Be a 5 yards. That's going to help Osceola. So now it's going to be 4th down and about 13.
Trey is standing on the Mohawk 45-yard line. He gets his hands on this football with any type of blocking, and he's got an opportunity to take this one back.
There is a snap. It'll be a high end-over-end kick. It's just going to go up in the air. They just need to get away from it. And it's going to fall dead at about the 43-yard line of Piggott. Great field position for Osceola.
I'd like to see Osceola come out and execute with the same offensive efficiency that they did on the last drive. Utilize that speed and get north and south and try and put a little more distance between themselves and the Mohawk football team.
Four wide receivers set for Osceola. Ball sitting at the 43-yard line. No mistakes here, Bobby. We need to go down and score. There's a snap. They're going to give it to Rod Hale, and he's going to be tripped up at the line of scrimmage. He may get 1 yard to the 42. 2nd and 9 for Osceola.
I think he actually tripped on Jacob O'Kane. Jacob was looking for somebody to block. I think Rod tripped on his feet.
2nd and 9. Ball sits at the 42-yard line. Hurry up offense for Osceola. There is a snap. They're going to throw, and it is going to be picked off. No, it's going to be incomplete. At that time, MJ just threw it, Bobby. I don't even think he looked to see if the defender was there.
He was trying to get the ball to Trey out there, but Dan Newsom was standing in the slot wide open with not a defender anywhere around him. I don't think there was anybody within 10 yards of him. If MJ just takes a second and looks, he hits Dan for a large gain.
Really believe that time he never even looked. He just, I'm going to Trey no matter what.
That's
You're right. If he reads the defense, he gets a touchdown. One man comes into motion. That's Dan Newsom. Here he comes, and they've got him way in the backfield. And then Dan carrying the football like it's a piece of a loaf of bread, Bobby. And they've seen that before. They're going to jump that. They're going to jump that play. But I'm going to tell you what's coming. What's coming? They're going to fake that here in just a minute, and they're going to throw it over the top.
Drake Featherstone read that. He was on a stunt. He came through the line. He was able to make a good tackle on Dan. Osceola's going to go for it here.
Yeah, 4th down. Got to get all the way up to about the 34-yard line. We're way back at the 49. We got to have 15 yards. Going to fake the running back, the wide receiver running through. We're going to change the play. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. And there's a snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw. Still looking to throw. Still looking to throw. And they're going to get him for a sack. Going to have him sacked.
Football's out.
Just waited too long. He's got to get rid of it no matter what, even if he throws it away. But they're going to get him all the way back to the 43-yard line of Osceola. And, Bobby, you're talking about a turn of events. We had an opportunity to go up at least 2 scores. Going to give them life back to the 43-yard line of Osceola.
Number 56 and number 72, Hunter Midkiff and Logan White there. Again, you're right. MJ just held the football too long. He didn't step up in the pocket and step away from the coverage or step away from the rush. Osceola blew an opportunity right there.
Just gotta get rid of the football there. You got 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. One man coming in late. There is a snap. They're going to give it to 22. He's at the line of scrimmage. They're going to push forward across to the 40-yard line. That is a 3-yard gain. Be 2nd and 7 for the Mohawks.
And this is what we're going to see, Michael. You give them again. You give this Mohawk football team hope, and they start believing, and they're going to believe, and they're going to start playing better. And you can see that the quarterback's not even in the huddle yet. We got 28 seconds on the play clock. He's just now making his way onto the field. they are going to limit Osceola's offensive possessions if we continue to let them get 3, 4, and 5 yards on first down.
I agree. Defense is going to have to step up here. Ball set at the 40-yard line. 4 wide receivers set. Shotgun formation. Lone running back is to the right. And there is a snap. They're going to give it to the running back. He's got a good lane across the 40. 35 to the 30, down to the 29 to the 28-yard line. And another first down for Piggott.
I don't think Piggott has ran a total of 4 different offensive plays tonight. Probably 85 or 90% of their plays have been the same play. It's the same thing. They pull a guard, kick out on the defensive end, and that thing opens up wide open. Osceola's going to have to stack the box. They're going to have to find a way to step up and stop this run.
Ball set at the 29-yard line. 4 wide receivers set for Piggott. Shotgun formation one more time. And we have a whistle. And Osceola's going to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. You'll listen to Osceola Seminole Football on the Sunbury Radio Sports app and the Seminole Nation on Facebook and YouTube. We're back in 1 minute. And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field. 6:28 left in the second. Osceola clinging to a 12-6 lead. Piggott has the ball, 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line of Osceola. And right now it's a 4 wide receiver set, shotgun formation. The one man comes into motion. There is a snap. We'll give it to number 22 in the backfield. He's going to bounce outside. He's across the 20. He's a 15, down across the close to the 10-yard line. And another first down for the Piggott Mohawks. And right now, Bobby, he's just getting up behind them linemen and bouncing, and he's getting positive yardage.
Michael, they've got Osceola on their heels. Again, they're spreading the defense out. They're spreading it wide, and Osceola just doesn't have an answer on the interior of the defensive line.
Ball sitting at the 11-yard line, 1st and 10. They can get a first down at the 1. And right now, everything Piggott's wanting to do is happening. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. And there is a snap. We'll give it to 12 one more time. And that time, Bobby, number 21 for Osceola comes in and makes sure, that's Kamarian Brooks, he makes sure that the running back didn't get it that time.
Coming in from the defensive end position, you see Osceola's gone to almost a true 4-man front at this point. You put big Chris Williams in at nose tackle. We've seen several changes there. We've seen Kenyon Troop in there. We've seen big Trent Brown, and now we see Chris Williams. It looks like Coach Hooks is trying to find a fit there at nose tackle that can get the job done.
Well, what he's going to have to do is bring his ends up and just play man-to-man. We got the the defensive ends that can play man-to-man and then stack the box. You're exactly right.
You got to stack the box.
2nd down and 10, balls at the 11-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the far side,
and
1 to the near side.
Now. You've got 8 men in the box right now.
Quarterback's going to look to throw, and it is complete, and it is going to be a touchdown. Number 5, 11-yard touchdown pass.
Holden Tarno, number 5, on the slant. And Greg's not in bad position. Greg's in pretty decent position. He just can't get his hand on the football before it gets there. A good throw by Tanner Dixon, good catch by Tarno. And that's a touchdown. And here we go, Michael. You got a football game.
That's exactly right. And Piggott's going to go for 2. Everything's going to be in tight this time for the Piggott Mohawks. The quarterback's on the center, going to give it to number 12. He's going to be stacked up, and it's going to be no good. So with 4:53 left in the second quarter, Osceola 12, Piggott 12. You're listening to Osceola Seminole Football on the Sunbury Radio Sports app and watching it live on the Seminole Nation Facebook and YouTube page. We're back in 30 seconds.
Number 5, Torno.
And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field. We got an onside kick, and it's a fight for it. We'll just have to see who gets it.
Well, you know, Michael, like I said, you've got a Piggott Mohawk football team that believes.
Osceola's going to have the recovery on the onside kick at about the 42.5-yard line. Good field position for Osceola, 1st and 10.
This is a very important drive for the Seminole offense. They've got to come out here, take control of the football, and quit looking for the big play. We don't have to score on one play. You got 4:53 to go in the half. Let's make a sustained drive, take the football down the field. We get the football in the second half. You get a score here, come back and get one in the beginning of the second half, and you can take control of the football game.
Seminoles have the ball sitting on the 42-yard line of Osceola. Dontavian Littleton is going to be your quarterback now. 3 wide receiver set. Going to hand the ball off to Brandon Johnson. He is up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So about a 4-yard gain, be 2nd and 6 for Osceola.
Coach Hooks talked about this on the coaches show Thursday, that we might see MJ play a little tight end this week, and that's exactly where MJ Vance is. He's at tight end.
Shotgun formation one more time. There is a snap. Going to give it to the running back again. He makes a great move across the 50, 45, 40. It's a run, 40. He's at the 30. He's going to across the 30. He's still a foot race at the 10. Going to be knocked out of bounds at about we got a flag right here, though, Bobby. I saw it. I didn't think he'd called it, but we're going to have a hold. It's going to come back.
And I got to tell you, if that hold is on Greg Hooks, that's a horrible call. Greg made an excellent block and just pushed his defender down the field. That was not a hold.
It's going to be a hold. I'm not for sure who he called it on, but it is going to be a hold.
Yeah, they're going to bring it back. It was called on Greg. I saw when he engaged with the defender, but Greg was not holding that defender. He just had him locked up, and he couldn't get away from him.
Yeah, you have to just swallow that, though, Bobby. It's still enough for a first down. Seminoles will have a first down at the 46-yard line of Piggott. Seminoles just going to have to swallow that and just keep playing. Right now, things aren't going 100% for you, so you got to find a way to win. It's just the way it is. Shotgun formation one more time. There is a snap. Rod Hale's going to get it this time. He's across the 45-40, 35-30. He's trying to cut back across the 25 to 20. He's still running outside. He's down to the 15, down to the 10, to the 5. And he's going to be knocked down at about we'll call it right at the 5-yard line. Another big game for the Seminoles and puts us in goal at the 5, Bobby.
You know, that run started at the 46-yard line of the Mohawks, and I don't think Rod was touched before the 20-yard line of the Mohawks. That thing opened up great, and Rod made a good, solid run there.
First and goal at the 5-yard line, shotgun formation. The quarterback's going to run it this time. That's Dontavian Littleton. He's across the 4 to the 3 to the 2, down to about the 1-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
I'll tell you something. That's a good pull by Dontavian, a good decision. Kenyon Troop just completely obliterated the defender across from him. That was a great pancake block from Kenyon.
Be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. MJ Vance is under center. There's a snap. Has a fumble. And MJ's going to get – I say MJ's going to get back on it. Nope. Oh, they're going – and we have fumbled the football, folks. Osceola has fumbled the football on the 2-yard line, and Piggott's going to get the football. Bobby, it ain't going Osceola's way right now.
Very uncharacteristic of MJ to fumble that football that way. And maybe we'll see an MJ like we did last week against Harrisburg, and he'll start to play with some passion.
Unbelievable. You watch. You look for Piggott to run this whole 320 out.
Oh, they're going to use it all.
And they're going to call the first half a win, I promise you.
Yep.
Unbelievable, folks. We're down to the 1 yard line, and I don't know how MJ doesn't fall back on it, Bobby. He's landing right there beside it, you know.
It's wet, and it squirted out from under him. The Mohawk defender came over top of him and was able to take it away.
And we're going to have a handoff to the running back in the backfield. He's going to be thrown for a loss to the 1 yard line.
And I'm going to tell you, DeCarlos Woods is making his bid for player of the game. I don't know how many tackles he's got, but he's got at least 4 or 5 solos right now. He's coming from that defensive tackle position,
Yep. Also,
playing a fine ball game.
Also, Kamarian Brooks was in there also, number 21. That's a sophomore, playing big on the defensive end.
Yep. Kamarian's done well this year. We've seen him play a lot of football, a lot of defensive snaps, and he's done a really good job for being a sophomore, being a young kid.
Ball sitting on the, I think they're going to say the 2 yard line. Be second down, 12. They need to go get the quarterback here. They're going to give it to the running back, and he's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. And no gain is going to bring up a 3rd down, Bobby. 3rd and about 11 for the Piggott Mohawks. And Osceola should call a timeout, and they do. We'll take a timeout with them, folks. You're listening to Osceola Seminole Football on the Strawberry Radio Sports app and the Seminole Nation Facebook page. We're back in 30 seconds. Welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field. 2:25 left in the second quarter. 12-12 is your score. And, Bobby, I mean, let's just talk about it. I mean, everything right now has went Piggott's way. Everything they wanted to do, the game plan has been 100% exactly what they wanted to do. Seminoles have, the defense has not played up to where it needs to play at. We turn the ball over right here at the goal line. Going to have to be a big stop here, 3rd and 11 at the 2.
Piggott's game plan is to come out and run the football. They want to pound the football. They want to shorten the game. They want to limit the offensive possessions of the Osceola Seminoles, and they've done just that. And like I said, they're at home. It's senior night. It's icky. It's wet, and they're having their way with the Seminoles.
3rd down, 3rd and 11. There's a snap. They're going to give it to the running back. He's trying to get to the outside. He's going to get to the 5, and that's going to be about it, to about the 5 yard line. Going to bring up a 4th down, 4th and probably 8. And Osceola's going to take a timeout one more time. We'll take a timeout with them. You are listening to Osceola Seminole Football on the Strawberry Radio Sports app and Seminole Nation Facebook and YouTube page. We're back in 30 seconds. And welcome out, Seminole fans, to Parker Field here on the campus of Piggott High School. 12-12 is your score, 2:16 left, and we've got a 4th down and about 8. Punt formation for the Mohawks, and barring something crazy right here, Osceola should have great field position, Bobby.
And again, this is an opportunity for Trey to return one on a short field.
It's a high end over kick, goes off the end of his foot. Trey's going to take it at the 40. He's across the 35 to the 30, coming across to the near side. He's at the 25 to the 20, still on his feet, across the 15, and he's going to fall down at the 14-yard line, and they're going to say it's a fumble, and Piggott has recovered. Unbelievable. Like he was trying to reach out, Bobby. I thought he was down. I still think he was down. He was trying to reach out, it looked like, and get another yard. I don't know why. But nevertheless, that's a crucial turnover, and Seminoles have just kicked themselves in the foot here in the first half, folks. That's all I can say.
This is reminiscent of the Walnut Ridge game where you come out and you tank the first half. Let's hope that Coach Hooks can have a talk with them at halftime and get them in line, get them in gear. We're not playing smart. We're not playing well. You know, save 2 or 3 big plays, we're losing this football game.
I agree. 12-12 is your score. 2:01 left in the second. Piggott has the ball on the 13-yard line. They're under center this time. They got one man comes into motion, going to give the end around, and he's met in the backfield and going to get him back to the 10, the 5-yard line, and They're going to give him forward progress to the 7. I have no idea how he got to the 7, but they're going to give him forward progress to the 7-yard line.
I don't know how you give him forward progress anywhere. That's a good stop. Dontaven Littleton won't get credit for that tackle, but he made that play.
I agree.
And that's what we need to see. We need to shoot those gaps, walk those linebackers down, get penetration, and slow this running game down.
Ball sitting on the 7-yard line. Be second and about 15 for Piggott. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Shotgun formation. 1 running back to his left. And there's a snap. Going to give it to their lone running back. He's trying to get the gap. He's got the gap. There's a hold right, Bobby. There's a hold right there on number 5. And I mean, when you're trying to get away and he's got you by the jersey and pulling you away, that's a hold. I don't care what they say. I mean, the reason why the hold was there was because of that. I mean, they missed the hold there. Positive yards up to about the 20, about the 16-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down, third and about 7.
And that same cross the formation action out of the shotgun with a single setback. Same thing that's given Osceola problems all year. Piggott is executing it with some efficiency and to a high degree.
Shotgun formation one more time. Quarterback's just letting that clock run. There is a snap. Going to give it to the running back. He's trying to get across the way. He's going to get up to maybe to probably the 18-yard line.
It's a good job there by the Carlos Woods, Chris Littleton, and MJ Vance. You see now that MJ, the senior, has been pressed into service on the defensive side of the football, trying to find a way to stop this running game. You're right, they're gonna let the half run and take it as a win.
I agree. I mean, I give them credit. With 12-12 here at the half. Everything's kind of went their way. Two big turnovers on the goal line. You had one on the goal line and one on about the 14-yard line, where you were both in great field position to put this ball game in check. You don't get it. So I mean, Seminoles is going to have to regroup, Bobby.
You come out here as a powerhouse football team. You know you're a powerhouse football team. You know everybody's looking at you to go deep in the state playoffs. They know you're a contender for another state championship run, and you're going to get their best. You're going to get their best every time, and they're going to play hard against you because they want to pull the upset.
That's right. And there's going to be games like this. That's just the way it is.
Yep.
You're going to have games where things don't go your way, but that's not what you're measured by. You're measured by how you're going to get back up here. You're going to go into halftime. You're going to talk about this. You're going to be measured by how you come out here in the second half and how you play the second half. And we'll see what happens here in the second half.
We've got another 24 minutes of football, and we'll see what they can do to correct the problems in the locker room. And I'm sure Coach Hooks will have a good message for them and get them back online.
Well, the Seminoles will have the ball in the second half, which is another great thing. So we'll see what happens there. So at this time, what we're going to do is we're going to let our sponsors get a word in. You are listening to Osceola Seminole Football on the Silver Radio Sports app and the Seminole Nation live feed on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to be back in 4 minutes.
Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals, located at 202 West Johnson in Osceola, can meet all of your residential and storage rental needs. Harshman's has apartments and housing located throughout Osceola and Mississippi County, both furnished and unfurnished, available for rent. You can contact Harshman Rentals at 870-563-3694. Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals are a proud sponsor of Osceola Seminole Athletics and the Seminole Nation. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is the official bank of the Seminole Nation and the Robert Hooks Show. Our premier sponsor, First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, is Eastern Arkansas's largest independently owned bank. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas specializes in all your banking needs, including personal banking, online banking, business banking, savings accounts, loans, CDs, and IRAs. Go down to the First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, speak with President Greg Reese and teller supervisor and loan processor Taylor Lucius for all your banking needs. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is a proud sponsor of the Osceola Seminole Nation and the Robert Hooks Show. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, member FDIC. H&R Block of Mississippi County is a tax preparation and financial service located at 2981 West Kaiser in Osceola. They can be reached at 870-563-5710. H&R Block of Mississippi County is a proud sponsor of the Seminole Nation. Roller Swift Funeral Home of Osceola is a proud sponsor of the Seminole Nation and Osceola Seminole Athletics. Located at 2173 US 61 South, Roller Swift Funeral Home specializes in funeral services and helping families with the costs associated with them. For more information, contact them at 870-563-6578 and speak with David Tucker. Roller Swift Funeral Home, with all our respect. Bugmobile of Arkansas, located at 408 South Walnut in Osceola, specializes in pest control and termite control for both residential and commercial properties. Owners Oscar and Jade Gonzalez would be happy to come out and give you a free estimate, and you can also contact Bugmobile at 870-563-6811. Bugmobile is a proud sponsor of your Osceola Seminoles and the Seminole Nation. Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals, located at 202 West Johnson in Osceola, can meet all of your residential and storage rental needs. Harshman's has apartments and housing located throughout Osceola and Mississippi County, both furnished and unfurnished, available for rent. You can contact Harshman Rentals at 870-563-3694. Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals are a proud sponsor of Osceola Seminole Athletics and the Seminole Nation. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is the official bank of the Seminole Nation and the Robert Hooks Show. Our premier sponsor, First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, is Eastern Arkansas's largest independently owned bank. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas specializes in all your banking needs, including personal banking, online banking, business banking, savings accounts, loans, CDs, and IRAs. Go down to the First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, speak with President Greg Reese and teller supervisor and loan processor Taylor Lucius for all your banking needs. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is a proud sponsor of the Osceola Seminole Nation and the Robert Hooks Show. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, member FDIC. H&R Block of Mississippi County is a tax preparation and financial service located at 2981 West Kaiser in Osceola. They can be reached at 870-563-5710. H&R Block of Mississippi County is a proud sponsor of the Seminole Nation. Roller Swift Funeral Home of Osceola is a proud sponsor of the Seminole Nation and Osceola Seminole Athletics. Located at 2173 US 61 South, Roller Swift Funeral Home specializes in funeral services and helping families with the costs associated with them. For more information, contact them at 870-563-6578 and speak with David Tucker. Roller Swift Funeral Home, with all our respect. Bugmobile of Arkansas, located at 408 South Walnut.
And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field here on the campus of Piggott High School. We are at halftime with your score. Osceola 12, Piggott 12. And going over scoring, Bobby, real quick, 6:22 left in the first quarter. Number 2, MJ Vance has a 1-yard touchdown run. The extra point was blocked. Seminoles lead 6-0. Second quarter, 10:38 left. Number 2, Michael Parker, has a 6-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was no good. 6-6 tie is what we had at that point. Coming right back, 10:09 left in the second quarter. Number 1, Dan Newsom has a 5-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion run was no good, and also led 12-6. Then we get to 4:53 left in the second. Number 2, Michael Parker, has an 11-yard touchdown pass to number 5, Holden Tarno. 2-point conversion is no good. 12-12 is what we got here at the half. But Bobby, more than anything, what we got is 2 crucial turnovers, one at the goal line and one on a punt return about the 15-yard line that would have gave Osceola good opportunity to get at least 14 more points here.
And save, like I say, Michael, save 2 big plays. You're not even on the board here. You know, they've let the Piggott Mohawks hang around. They've let them start to believe. They've let them think that they belong in this football game, and they're going to continue to play that way. The defense has got to find a way to step up. You know, I guarantee you that we're going to run into a football team some point in this season that can score with us, and you're going to have to be able to stop that interior run.
I agree 100%. Looking at some of the stats, Bobby, Osceola has 13 rushes for 106 yards. We're 2 for 3 in the air for 70 yards, 176 total yards of offense for Osceola. Biggest stats are the 2 turnovers. I mean, that's the biggest one that sticks out there. Piggott, 27 rushes, 124 yards. They're 2 for 6 in the air for 17 yards for 141 yards. Bobby, I'm telling you, the stat there that just riddles me is 27 rushes for 124 yards on Osceola's defense.
124 yards and a half of football.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And that's you know, you shouldn't be giving up 125, 150 yards in a football game. They've got to find a way to shore up that interior, the defensive front. And we've seen Coach Hooks make changes. You know, we've seen Kenyon Troop in there at nose tackle. We've seen Trent Brown. We've seen Chris Littleton. We've seen Chris Williams in there. So he's looking for somebody that wants to step up and get penetration on that front. But we're going to have to find an answer there.
Got to do it.
You're gonna, and you when you look at them, and you look at the formation, they're spreading the receivers. They're playing with 4 wides, and they're running that single setback. But almost, you just got to force their hand. You got to force them to throw the football over the top and beat you that way. I just don't think they have the speed to run with us on the corners. They had 1 touchdown on a slant that Greg was playing good defense on. Greg was in position, just didn't get his hand on the football. I just think you've got to challenge them to beat you on the outside with throwing the football.
I agree, 100%. And I'm sure they're talking about that right now and getting that drawed up. We will get the ball in the second half, so we'll just see what happens. Folks, what we'll do right now is take one more time out, let our sponsors get a word in. Once again, you listen to all the sponsors that are on the Sudbury Radio Sports app, and also all the sponsors that are sponsoring the Seminole Nation Facebook and YouTube page. We want to thank everybody so much for your sponsorships, because without you, this does not happen. At this time, we'll take another timeout, and we will be back in 4 minutes.
Osceola specializes in pest control and termite control for both residential and commercial properties. Owners Oscar and Jade Gonzalez would be happy to come out and give you a free estimate, and you can also contact Bugmobile at 870-563-6811. Bugmobile is a proud sponsor of your Osceola Seminoles and the Seminole Nation. Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals, located at 202 West Johnson in Osceola, can meet all of your residential and storage rental needs. Harshman's has apartments and housing located throughout Osceola and Mississippi County, both furnished and unfurnished, available for rent. You can contact Harshman Rentals at 870-563-3694. Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals are a proud sponsor of Osceola Seminole Athletics and the Seminole Nation. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is the official bank of the Seminole Nation and the Robert Hooks Show. Our premier sponsor, First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, is Eastern Arkansas's largest independently owned bank. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas specializes in all your banking needs, including personal banking, online banking, business banking, savings accounts, loans, CDs, and IRAs. Go down to the First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, speak with President Greg Reese and teller supervisor and loan processor Taylor Lucius for all your banking needs. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is a proud sponsor of the Osceola Seminole Nation and the Robert Hooks Show. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, member FDIC. H&R Block of Mississippi County is a tax preparation and financial service located at 2981 West Kaiser in Osceola. They can be reached at 870-563-5710. H&R Block of Mississippi County is a proud sponsor of the Seminole Nation. Roller Swift Funeral Home of Osceola is a proud sponsor of the Seminole Nation and Osceola Seminole Athletics. Located at 2173 US 61 South, Roller Swift Funeral Home specializes in funeral services and helping families with the costs associated with them. For more information, contact them at 870-563-6578 and speak with David Tucker. Roller Swift Funeral Home, with all our respect. Bugmobile of Arkansas, located at 408 South Walnut in Osceola, specializes in pest control and termite control for both residential and commercial properties. Owners Oscar and Jade Gonzalez would be happy to come out and give you a free estimate, and you can also contact Bugmobile at 870-563-6811. Bugmobile is a proud sponsor of your Osceola Seminoles and the Seminole Nation. Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals, located at 202 West Johnson in Osceola, can meet all of your residential and storage rental needs. Harshman's has apartments and housing located throughout Osceola and Mississippi County, both furnished and unfurnished, available for rent. You can contact Harshman Rentals at 870-563-3694. Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals are a proud sponsor of Osceola Seminole Athletics and the Seminole Nation. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is the official bank of the Seminole Nation and the Robert Hooks Show. Our premier sponsor, First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, is Eastern Arkansas's largest independently owned bank. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas specializes in all your banking needs, including personal banking, online banking, business banking, savings accounts, loans, CDs, and IRAs. Go down to the First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, speak with President Greg Reese and teller supervisor and loan processor Taylor Lucius for all your banking needs. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is a proud sponsor of the Osceola Seminole Nation and the Robert Hooks Show. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, member FDIC. H&R Block of Mississippi County is a tax preparation and financial service located at 2981 West Kaiser in Osceola.
And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field. We got about 7 minutes here left in the half. 12-12 is your score. Got a good one here tonight from Piggott. And want to thank the fans. You look across the way on the live feed right now, you can see we got a pretty decent crowd over there on the visitor side. They got their umbrellas and they're bundled up. It is cold, and folks, it hadn't stopped raining since this morning. So I mean, it's still raining out here. It's the wet conditions. The field's holding up pretty good. I give them credit for that. And so just a cold, damp, rainy night. Bobby, let's look at some of the scores from around the conference and around the region. Right now, Hoxie 42-0 all over Manila.
Yep.
That's the second quarter score, so that tells you right there that Mercy clock's going to run, and that ball game's going to be over very quick. Right now at the half, Newport 47, Corning 8, and man,
That tells you the strength of that Newport football team.
yes, they are very talented, very good, and that's going to be another Mercy game there here in just a few minutes, and that game will be over. The one man you struggle with, Bobby, Harrisburg is at Walnut Ridge, and right now, 14 for Harrisburg, 6 for Walnut Ridge. So we both picked Walnut Ridge on that game. I'm not going to lie, we teeter-tottered on it because we've seen both of them. I just thought that Walnut Ridge was a stronger team.
At home?
At
Yes.
home, but it's still an early game there in the second quarter, but Harrisburg is leading Walnut Ridge 14-6. On the sister stations tonight, Batesville's at Blytheville, and right now it is 16-6 Batesville leading the Blytheville Chickasaws in the second quarter. And on the other sister station, Highland is at Gosnell. It is homecoming in Gosnell tonight. And right now, folks, it's all Gosnell, 30-8. So that's from around the region and around our conference. Bobby, one more time, we're going to let our sponsors get a word in. When we come back here, we'll be really close to having the second half here from Piggott. You are listening to the Sudbury Radio Sports app and also the Seminole Nation on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to be back, folks, in 4 minutes. And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field. We are once again on the campus of Piggott High School here in Piggott, Arkansas. And we got about a minute before this second half is going to start. Osceola has just now come out on the field. Piggott has not made it back yet. So I don't know if they're going to give them the 3-minute warm-up or not. I know they usually do that when it's really hot, muggy outside, but I don't know. We don't know if they're going to give them the. So keys to the second half, Bobby, for the Seminoles.
You've got to execute offensively. You've got to put together some sustained drives. Keep your defense off the field a little bit, but most of all, you've got to limit the penalties and you got to correct the turnovers and find a way to stop the Mohawk running game. It all hinges on getting Piggott off the field. If you continue to let them run the football the way they're doing it and the way they're using clock, this second half is going to be gone before you know it. And you've let them stay in the ball game, and you've let them begin to believe, and they think they belong here. And you got your hands full with a scrappy football team that hits hard, plays well.
As far as Piggott goes, Bobby, they just need to keep doing the same thing.
Keep doing what they've been doing.
Don't change nothing. I mean, right now everything's going their way. The turnovers are in their favor. Penalties are in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing what they want to do on offense. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really believe if Osceola gets rolling on her offense, they can't stop Osceola. Cannot do it. You've seen it on the big plays that we've had.
And that's the reason they want to limit the offensive possessions of the Seminoles. I mean, and they've done it very successfully. They're shortening the football game. And I've talked about this many times in the past. The way you beat a high-powered offense, the way you beat a high-powered football team, is you don't let them have the football.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what Piggott has done. They've taken the ball away from the Osceola offense, and they've been successful doing that because they can run the football.
Exactly. I mean, you're exactly right, and it's worked, folks. I mean, I know a lot of you listening on the sports app and people that are watching on the live feed. I mean, I've seen some comments where people say, "What's going on with Osceola?" Well, hey, every now and then the team's going to have it. I mean, it's just I don't care if you're the number one team in the NFL. I don't care if you're the number one team in college football. Every now and then things are not going to go your way, and good football teams, championship football teams, find a way.
That's
I mean,
right.
you're not going to win every game by 50 points. It just doesn't happen like that. And right now, the weather's coming down out here. It's cold. It's raining. Piggott, everything's going Piggott's way. We've had 2 fumbles. So what you got to do now is good football teams find a way.
And I can guarantee you, Michael, that the scouting report on the Osceola Seminoles, everyone from the beginning of this year, and will continue on through the playoffs, it says that they have problems with penalties on the defensive side of the ball. They will jump the snap. They like to over-pursue. They got a lot of young players. We've seen it again tonight. It'll also say that you can run the football in the interior of the defensive front. If you can show a counteraction, you come across the formation and wash the linebackers down. We've talked about the linebackers staying 5 to 7 yards off the line of scrimmage and not getting caught in all that wash, not getting picked off by a crack from a tight end or a tackle, not getting caught up in the pull action of a guard. And again, it's that youth and that willingness to get into that, stick your nose into that gap, and they over pursue. I guarantee you every scouting report written this year on the Seminoles is going to say that, and teams are going to continue to do that until Osceola finds a way to stop them.
Well, one thing that's got to happen here, Bobby, is Osceola, they're going to come out amped up. You can't be too amped up, though.
No.
You got to calm down. You got to just settle down and don't try too hard. Sometimes when you try too hard, you make mistakes, and you don't want to do that here.
And we've seen 2 onside kicks from Piggott. And when you look down on the field right now, Michael, at the return team of the Seminoles, I see M.J. Vance, Rod Hale, Dontae Van Littleton, and Nick Vorns out here on the front line of that receiving team. That's the hands team. They're there to prevent that ball from getting taken away on an onside kick.
So here we go, folks, from the second half. Piggott's going to approach the ball. It's going to be a squib kick right in the middle, and Osceola's just going to jump on it at the 40-yard line, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Seminoles.
A good job there by Dan Newsom. Get on the football, get it covered up here at the 40-yard line. Great field position to start the football game, or start the second half.
I think he was a little indecisive. I think at the beginning he wanted to reach down and see if he could pick that ball up and go, but once he didn't get a handle on it, he had to jump on it.
Coach Hooks was in his ear.
Oh, yeah.
You get on the football. I tell you, this is the first time I've heard music play through a kickoff.
Yeah.
We've heard that several times tonight here.
Yeah. I thought I was watching Major League. You know,
Yep.
that's wild thing
Yep.
was coming in from the bullpen there. But, you know, it is what it is. They got a lot of good hype music going on over here.
Mm-hmm.
4 wide receivers set for the Seminoles. Ball sitting on the 40-yard line. MJ Vance is your quarterback's got Brandon Johnson to his left, looking to the sideline to put the play in, and we'll see what our first play is from the line of scrimmage. And there is snap. MJ's going to look to throw. He's still looking to throw. Going to throw right down the middle of the field. He's got Stephon Coleman, and Stephon just drops it, folks. Oh, that's a touchdown pass, what it was going to be. And Stephon just kind of looked off the receiver and dropped the football.
That ball's on time. It's where it's supposed to be. The line blocked it up well. MJ had time to throw the football. Stephon beat his man out of the slot, and he just drops the football.
Yeah, Bob, we talked about it right now. Still, things aren't going your way. You got to just dig down and find it. Shotgun formation once again. Nobody in the backfield now. MJ's going to throw it complete to Dan Newsom. He's across the 40 to the 45, and he's going to run out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. Be a 5-yard gain, 3rd and 5 for Osceola.
That's there all night, Michael. The Mohawks are playing a soft coverage. They're about 9 yards off the football, off the line of scrimmage on the corners. Dan and Greg are out there on the wides. You know, either one of those guys got the potential to take it to the house at any time.
Shotgun formation once again. 4 wide receivers set. There's a snap. MJ's going to run it this time. He's across the 45. He's going to fall down to about the 49-yard line. 1 yard short, Bobby. 4th and 1 for Osceola.
And I think we're going to see Coach Hooks go for it here. He needs to make a statement starting this second half and get this first down and continue this drive.
Don Littleton's going to check in at quarterback.
We see MJ move to tight end.
Seminoles trying to get the play in. Spread formation. Everything's in tight, though, on the inside. There's a snap. Don's going to look to run. He's across the 50 and going to fall all the way across the 45-yard line. First down for Osceola at the 44-yard line of Piggott.
Good solid to run there by Don Taven. It's quarterback draw, design run for the quarterback. The line blocks it up well. You only needed a yard, but you end up with 6. That's positive yardage and a good play for the Seminoles.
Ball's at the 44-yard line, spread formation. MJ Vance is your quarterback. There's a snap. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man open again, and this time it's going to be incomplete. Knocked down by the interior defensive end there, number 2, Bobby.
That's number 5, Holden Tarno on coverage. You know, that ball's just late. That ball's late. Stephon is open. He's coming out of the slot, and Tarno just doesn't have the speed to stay with him. MJ's got to get the ball out of there. It was also a little behind Stephon and allowed Tarno to cover the ground and make up the ground that he had lost.
2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line of Piggott. Spread formation. There is a snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw. He's going to throw complete to Stephon. He's across the 35. He's across the 30. It's a foot race. There he goes, Bobby. He's at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Seminoles. 44-yard touchdown pass.
And, Michael, we talked about this same play earlier when MJ threw the ball wide to Greg, but Dan Newsom was standing in the slot wide open. That's exactly the look that you saw right there. Greg is out here wide. He's got soft coverage. MJ looks that way, and Stephon is just about a 5 and in, and he's wide open in the slot. Nobody's covering him.
Osceola's going to go for 2. That's what it looks like here. Spread formation for the Seminoles. 1 wide receiver to the near side, 1 to the far side. Dan Newsom's going to be your quarterback. Jumbo set to your right. Here comes 1 man into motion. There's a snap, and it's going to be Dan's going to keep it, and there's nowhere to go. 2-point conversion is no good. So with 10:34 left in the 3rd quarter, Osceola 18, Piggott 12. We'll take a timeout and let our sponsors get a word in. We're back in 30 seconds. And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field here on the campus of Piggott High School. Osceola has just scored on a 44-yard touchdown pass from MJ Vance to Stephon Coleman. Dan Newsom lined up at quarterback, and the 2-point conversion was no good. 18-12 is your score. 10:34 left in the third quarter, and Osceola did, though, Bobby, exactly what they needed to do. They needed to come out and score.
Yep. And we talked about that play earlier. That slot receiver's been open all night. Stefan's got the speed to take it to the house. Osceola's got to find an answer on defense now.
MJ Vance is going to kick it for Osceola. Superman's coming in, Bobby.
He is.
High end over end kick. He's going to take it at the 10. It's going to go back to the goal line, and that will be a touchback. Piggott will have it at the 20-yard line.
Ball's going to go into the end zone, be a touchback, be Mohawk football. First and
You are right, Bobby. I think that's the first time I've ever heard music play all the way through the kickoff.
I've never seen an official allow it. Usually they'll make you shut it off.
But it is pretty cool. I mean, we heard Thunderstruck earlier. We heard Superman that time.
Yep.
We're getting some pretty interesting music. And we're right here by the speaker, so we ain't going to miss it.
No, it's right here on top of us. We can hear it all.
10:34 left in the third quarter. Osceola leads 18-12 over Piggott. First possession for the Mohawks here in the third quarter. They got 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun formation. And quarterback has 1 running back to his left. There's a snap. Going to give it to the running back. He's going to get across the 20 up to about the 22-yard line. Call it a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 for Piggott.
And there's that one bright spot on the Seminole defense to Carlos Woods. Again, coming from his defensive tackle spot, coming across the formation and running the running back down from behind. And this is what you got to do. You can't allow 4 to 5, 6 yards on first down. You got to limit them to 2 or 3 and try to get them in 3rd and long.
2nd down and 8 for the Piggott Mohawks. 4 wide receivers set. Shotgun formation. One man comes into motion. There's a snap, and we got a whistle. And I think we've got a false start.
Yep.
And we do. That's a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be 2nd and 13 for Piggott.
And now here's an opportunity for Osceola to take advantage right here. You've got them 2nd and long. They're behind the chains. Right here, you can't make any stupid mistakes. You just got to play assignment football, complete your assignment, do what you're supposed to do, stay in your lanes. The linebackers have got to stay up depth if they're not blitzing, they're not on a stunt. And just take care here. You got to limit the gain and get them off the field.
2nd and 13. 4 wide receivers now to the top, Bobby. 1 to the near. Quarterback's going to be by himself. There's a snap. He's going to look to throw. It's a screen pass, but it is he just ran into his own lineman, and it's incomplete.
DeCarlos Woods and Brandon Johnson were on top of him. They didn't give him time for that little slot receiver screen to develop. It looked like it was open. Looked like they had a good line, a good wall there. But DeCarlos and Brandon were back there in the backfield too quick, and he couldn't make a good throw.
Here we go, 3rd and 13, Bobby. We got a big opportunity here to get the defense off the field with 4 wide receivers set, shotgun formation. 1 running back is to his left. There's a snap. Quarterback's going to roll. He's going to look out here to his right, and it is knocked down by Dan Newsom. And if he doesn't jump early, he may pick that one off.
Dan saw that coming. Tanner Dixon, when he came out, when he got the football, he was already moving that direction. He stared that receiver down. They knew what was coming. Dan jumped the route, and he just wasn't able to get to high point football and get his hands on the football. But this is the recipe. That's what the Seminoles needed right here. You put a couple of 3 scores between you and Piggott, it makes it a much more difficult football game for Piggott to come back in.
Punt formation for the Mohawks. Dan Newsom is back for Osceola. There is a snap. It is a good line drive kick. Going to hit and back up to about the 45-yard line. So Osceola will have the ball in pretty good field position, Bobby, at the 45.
You got to come out here and execute. You just got to come out here and play good football. No penalties, no holding, no offensive false starts. You come out here and put a good drive together.
Bobby, I'll tell you somebody I hadn't seen here since the second half is Trey Moore. We're going to try to get a word down to the sideline and see if we can get a.
Trey got up a little bit slow on one play early in the first half, and we haven't seen him since that time, so I don't know if it's an injury problem or what the problem is.
We'll try to get word from down there. Shotgun formation for Osceola. Ball's at the 45. There's a snap. MJ's going to look to throw. Still looking to throw. Throws across to 41 and just mistimed it, Bobby. Mistimed it. Rod Hale mistimes the jump and should have been picked off.
Well, that ball was a duck. MJ did not get a good release on the football. Rod is running wide open in the seam. I'm sure MJ wants that one back. It was not thrown well at all.
Be 2nd and 10 for Osceola. Ball sits at the 45-yard line of Osceola. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Shotgun formation for Osceola. There is a snap. Going to give it. MJ's going to keep it across the 45, across the 50. Going to go forward across the 45, still running across the 40. He's across the 35, 30, and going to go out of bounds at about the 29-yard line of Piggott. Good run there by MJ.
And you saw the strength of MJ there. He dragged the Piggott defender for about 3 yards before the kid let go. MJ is a strong runner. Got those tree trunks for legs, and he's a load to bring down. Design quarterback run, just executed well. That's what the Seminoles need to do.
Ball sitting at the 29-yard line, shotgun formation. One man comes into motion. They're going to give it to Stephon Coleman. He's across the 30 to the 25, across the 20, close to the 20. We'll just see where the mark's at. And probably going to be enough for another first down. We'll just have to see exactly where that mark's at, Bobby.
And that's another good run executed by the Seminoles. Michael, I'm looking across the field, and I think I see Trey sitting over there on the bench. He's got his leg covered up. There must be some lower extremity injury there for Trey on his left leg.
Well, we wish that young man full recovery. Ball's got the ball at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10, for Osceola. Stephon comes into motion one more time, and MJ's going to keep it this time. Going to get just a few yards for a host of Piggott Mohawks. Is going to bring him down, and going to be down to the 16-yard line. So we'll say 2 yards. Be 2nd and 8 for Osceola.
That's a good solid pull by MJ there. Stephon didn't have anywhere to go. The Mohawks had that thing read up pretty well and defended it well. The best thing to do there is get north and south, get all you can get, and come back and live to fight another day.
I agree. Ball's marked just across the 16-yard line, so it's be 2nd down and 8. Shotgun formation. Dontavian Littleton's in at quarterback. We got a whistle and a flag, and it's going to be offsides on Osceola.
Somebody had to be lined up offsides there, and that's what we've talked about, Michael. Now you're on a good drive, you're executing the offense well, and then you get into 2nd down and 8, and you shoot yourself in the foot with a pre-snap penalty that puts you in 2nd and long.
Right, 2nd down. Ball's going to be marked at the 21-yard line, so we'll see 2nd and 13. Once again, Dontavian Littleton is your quarterback. Got Brandon Johnson to his right. There is a snap. Don's going to look to throw, and he's going to throw, looking for Greg Hooks, and he's got him at the 15. And forward progress was to the 15, but I guess he throws him down to the 17, so they're going to give him the 17. I don't know. He called it at the 15. I was all over it.
I don't understand the spots in this football game. They've been kind of iffy at times. But a good throw by Dontavian and a better catch by Greg. Greg's covered up well.
That's right. 3rd down and about 8, Bobby. Ball sitting at the 17-yard line. Dontavian again is your quarterback. Shotgun formation. He's got Brandon Johnson to his right. Brandon's going to reset. They're going to change the play.
Michael, again, we see MJ at tight end. We're going to see a seam route here before it's over with.
And Brandon Johnson's going to take it across the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's in for a Seminole touchdown. And they should have got a late flag right there. Hit him 5 yards in the end zone. That's how you get a man hurt, Bobby.
I got to tell you, Bill Estelle does a great job there. He's made his block on the line, and he's into the 2nd level, looking for somebody to block, running in front of Brandon. But a well-executed play, blocked up really, really well by the Seminoles. And now maybe you can put some distance between yourself and a feisty Mohawk football team.
2-point conversion. Also going to go for the 2-point conversion. Dan Newsom, once again, is at quarterback in the Wildcat. There's a snap. Dan's going to run to his right, trying to get out there. And this time he's going to have it. 2-point conversion is going to be good. So with 6:47 left in the 3rd quarter, Osceola 26, Piggott 12. You're listening to Osceola Seminole Football on Sudbury Radio Sports app and the Seminole Nation on Facebook and YouTube. Back in 30 seconds. And welcome back, Seminole fans. As you're seeing it, there's a high end over end kick from M.J. Vance, taking it at the 10, the 20, at the 25-yard line, trying to get to the outside, and the Seminoles have him bottled up. They're trying to get the ball from him, and they're going to probably fall down finally about the 25-yard line, Bobby.
Has a good return, good return coverage there by the Seminoles. They got down in their lanes, and they were able to prevent the running back or the returner from getting any unnecessary yardage. He couldn't get to the outside and get anything going.
6:39 left in the third quarter. Osceola 26, Piggott 12. And Piggott will start 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line.
And this is going to change the dynamic for the Piggott football team just a little bit. They're down 2 scores, down 14. They're going to have to come out and put together a scoring drive here to try and stay in the football game.
2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Shotgun formation, running back to his right. One man comes into motion. There's a snap. Quarterback's going to keep it, trying to go off the left side. He's got good positive yardage up to the 30 to about the 31-yard line. That's about a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4 for the Mohawks.
And I got to tell you, number 50, Matt Cheshire for the Piggott Mohawks on the offensive line, it made a great block on DeCarlos Woods and was trying to get up into the second level to give his quarterback another block. Good, solid run, and here we see it again, Michael, 5 and 6 yards on first down. It's a recipe for disaster for the Seminole defense.
Ball sitting at the 31-yard line, 2nd and 4 for Piggott. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. There is a snap. Quarterback's going to fumble the ball, and he's just going to have to jump on it back at about the 26-yard line. So that will be about a 5-yard gain, a loss, I'm sorry. Bring up 3rd and 9.
The Seminoles have benefit of a poor executed reception there by Tanner Dixon. I think he just looked off the football. The snap wasn't that bad. It was a little low into his left, but it was certainly fieldable. And I just think he was looking at the defense to see where he was going to go and just took his eyes off the football.
Well, first half we didn't get many breaks.
Nope.
Now
nope.
Get a couple of them breaks here in the second half. Some of them go our way. 3rd down and 9. Ball sitting right outside the 25, 26-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. 1 running back in the backfield. And there is a snap. Quarterback's looking to throw. He's going to throw the screen. And that time, number 21, that's Kamarian Brooks. He is right there to stop that from happening. No gain. So it'll bring up a 4th down. 4th and about. They're going to give him a loss. So it's 4th and 10, Bobby.
Yeah, Kamarian Brooks was there to make the tackle, but M.J. Vance and Dontaven Littleton both had that screen sniffed out, and they were there in position to make a play. That play wasn't going to get very much, and Piggott's going to have to punt the football.
4th and 10, ball sit at the 25-yard line. Number 1, Dan Newsom, is deep for Osceola. You'll see Rod Hill, or I think that's Rod Hill. Let's see. No, that's Dennis Davis.
That's Dennis Davis in the up back.
Going to eat back, and Piggott's going to have to call a timeout. And, boy, let me tell you something. Michael Harrell has thrown the headset, Bobby.
It's way over here.
Michael Harrell has thrown the headset. Headset's sitting about the 10-yard line over here. And I was going to take a timeout, but, folks, I'm going to tell you something. He is fired up. The headset is sitting almost to the
it's almost to the track at the 10-yard line.
Almost to the track. And he is giving somebody just, I don't know who it is. Here he comes.
I think what Coach Harrell is upset about is he was trying to get to the line and maybe looking at a chance to fake the punt, and the offense didn't pick it up, and he was very upset with him about it.
He is a very animated coach, Bobby. Nobody's making fun of him. He demands perfection. He's been like that his whole life, and he's a very, very animated coach. High end over end punt. It's going to hit at the 45. Going to roll to about the, I don't even know why Osceola is anywhere near it. About the 43-yard line. So Osceola had the ball about the 43-yard line. Of
Dennis
Osceola.
has got to get away from that. That's playing with fire right there.
Bobby, how much you think them headsets cost?
That one ain't worth anything anymore. He flung that thing, man.
I tell you what. I just wondered how much them headsets cost. We'll try to get Jade to look it up on eBay or something, see how much them headsets cost.
And it's wet, and he threw it in the grass, and we got a coach down here picking it up for him, looking at it, inspecting it. But he threw it by the wire.
I'm gonna tell you something. That was like a shot put. He threw it. Seminoles had the ball 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. 4 wide receivers set, shotgun formation. Dontaven Littleton is your quarterback. He's going to look to throw, and he throws right over the middle of the field. That's a good try. had Rod Hale. Rod just missed. Bobby, he jumped early.
Well, that ball's caught if the defender doesn't make that play. That play is made by that defender. I'm trying to see his number. It's number 7 for the Mohawks, Hayden Emerson. He just comes in and detaches the football from Rod Hale's hands. It's a really good hit. I think Rod's making that catch.
4 wide receivers set one more time. Shotgun formation. MJ Vance is back in at quarterback now. And there's a snap. Going to give it to the running back. He's across the 45. He's across the 50. Foot race for Brandon Johnson at 45. Oh, he gets the outside. He may be gone. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. He's at the 20. Big block out there by Dan Newsom. Give him 6. Touchdown, Seminoles. What a play, Bobby.
Brandon Johnson does the work there as a running back, but I got to tell you, that play does not get in the end zone without Dan Newsom. Dan Newsom running the field, not giving up, not slowing down, not letting up, and he gets out there and makes a touchdown block. Give part of that to Dan Newsom.
Bobby, that is a 55-yard touchdown run. Dan Newsom's going to come in for the 2-point conversion. He is at quarterback. Big jumbo set to the right. Looking to the sideline to see if they want to change the play. They don't know what to do. There's a snap. Dan's going to roll to his right, trying to find a hole, and he just walks in. So with 4:05 left in the third quarter, Osceola 34, Piggott 12. You're listening to Osceola Seminole Football on the Silver Radio Sports app and the Seminole Nation Facebook and YouTube page. We're back in 30 seconds. And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Piggott High School, Parker Field. Bobby, Seminoles just scored on a 55-yard touchdown run by Brandon Johnson. 2-point conversion was run in by Dan Newsom, 34-12 Osceola.
And you can tell that Coach Hooks understands and recognizes those extra points are going to come into play at some point in the season. He's been running the 2 all night since the first missed extra point. He recognizes those things are going to be important in the end.
Well, the music on the kickoff this time is, I heard this is a Razorback game.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the actual name of it is, but we're going to get Jacob O'Kane's going to kick, and it's going to be a high end-over-end kick, taking it about the 9-yard line. He's across the 10 to 15, looking for a hold to 20, across the 25, and he's going to fall forward to about the 27, 28-yard line. First and 10 for the Mohawks.
Another good coverage there by the Seminoles, limiting the return. Ball's not kicked very deep. That gives the returner an opportunity to get out there and get behind his wall of blockers and try to make good yardage there on the returns.
29-yard line, 4 minutes left in the third quarter. It's all Osceola right now, 34-12. But folks, I'm going to tell you, in this first half, and what you'll see on the replay of the Seminole Nation, it was 12-12 at halftime. And just right now, everything's just going Osceola's way. 4 wide receivers set, to the near, to the far, shotgun formation. One man comes into motion. There's a snap. Going to give it to number 12, and he's going to get across the 30 up to about the 34-yard line. About a 5-yard gain, Bobby. We'll call it 4 yards. Be 2nd and 6.
And again, that's that same play. They've been running it all night. I don't know how long they can stay with it here if they want to try to get back in the football game. But again, it's 4 yards on a first down play that you've got to find a way to limit that. Going forward, there are going to be teams that can hang with us scoring with football. We're going to have to find a way to stop that run.
I really don't believe he's got any care. He just wants to run that clock out, Bobby. There is a snap. Going to give it to the same running back, but this time it's just not there. 21.
Kamari Brooks and Jacob O'Kane.
Exactly right. They're in the backfield stopping this. And, hey, I'll tell you what. Number 21, Bobby, Kamari Brooks has had a heck of a ball game. I mean, a heck of a ball game.
For a sophomore, he's playing very, very well. He and DeCarlos Woods.
DeCarlos Woods. Spots. That's exactly right. 45 and 21 has had a heck of a ball game tonight.
And you see a lot of young players on the field now. We see Nick Vorns out there. And we see Don Taven back at the linebacking spot. And we see Rod Hale come back into the football game.
Like you got Jacob O'Kane.
Dennis Davis is back in the safety position.
Yep. One wide receiver to the near side, 3 to the far side. Shotgun formation for the Piggott Mohawks, and there's a snap. Going to the same play one more time, and there's Pooncy. That's Kamarian Brooks. I'm sorry, I called him by his nickname. I apologize, but that's Kamarian Brooks in for the loss one more time, and he's played a heck of a ball game.
Kamarian has several tackles, and again, we're talking about a sophomore. You know, we're talking about a kid that's not played much high school football, and he's out there performing at a high level. And
playing the position right now that A.J. Harris would play. A.J. is out tonight. He is not active for this ball game. He'll be back next week. You know, sophomore to sophomore there, you know, taking care of each other.
But you got the difference there in a starting defensive end who's played a lot of football this year, and a kid that's coming in filling up. He's the next man up. He steps up, and he's playing well.
Piggott's going for it. They're going to still looking to throw, and he's got a throw outside here, and it's just going to be incomplete. And Osceola's going to take over on downs at the 33-yard line, Bob.
I got to tell you, that's a good route by number 12, Logan Ralph. If Tanner Dixon puts the ball on him, that's a first down for the Mohawks. But as a result, he leads him just a little too much, and Ralph's not able to make the reception. So Osceola's going to take over with the football here deep in Mohawk territory.
See if Osceola tries to run a little clock here. I'm sure he'll try to, and he'll just go whatever the defense is going to try to give him here. 34-12, Bobby. 1:47 left in the third quarter. Seminoles have the ball on the 33-yard line of Piggott.
Reminiscent of the Walnut Ridge football game, it's a tale of two halves.
I agree. Dontavian Littleton is going to be your quarterback. Looks like that's Brandon Johnson to his right. 4 wide receivers set. There is a snap. MJ's looking to throw. Throws off the back foot, and that's just going to be picked off. It was a duck from the get-go. And going to be intercepted, and they're going to bring it back to the 31-yard line. We have a flag right here in the middle of the field. We'll just have to see what that is.
And I got to tell you, that's a poor decision by Dontavian, because Dan Newsom is standing on the field side of the field. He's over on the Osceola sideline, and he is wide open.
Well, he threw it off the back of his foot, too.
Yeah.
It was a hold against Osceola. They're going to decline that, and Piggott's going to have the ball. But like I was saying, Bobby, ball's going to be sitting at the 30. Piggott have it 1st and 10, but Dontavian didn't even get his feet under him. He was backing up and threw off the back of his foot. You cannot do that. I mean, that's a rookie mistake. You just can't do it.
He was looking at Greg, and Greg was going to come open, but Dan, nobody's around Dan. There's nobody within 15 yards of Dan Newsom there. He just, as a kid, he's a sophomore. He's learning. But he's got to look at his receivers and make his reads. And
I agree.
That was just a poor throw.
Shotgun formation for the Mohawks. There's a snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw. He's looking at the middle of the field, and it is knocked down by number 42. That's DeCarlos Woods.
Dennis Davis.
I'm sorry, Dennis Davis. I get him mixed up with 45. I apologize.
And Dennis has a chance to field that football and make an interception, and I'm going to tell you, he's got wheels. Dennis is probably one of the fastest players on the football team. He had an opportunity for a pick 6 there.
2nd and 10 for the Piggott Mohawks at the 30-yard line of Piggott. 1:32 left in the third. 34-12, Osceola leads. Shotgun formation one more time. There's snap. They're going to give it to the one running back. He's going to get across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Piggott Mohawks.
And there's DeCarlos Woods again, along with Big Trent Brown. Making good play there defensively to get that run stopped.
Folks, we still got rain here from Piggott. It hadn't let up. I mean, it's not just a huge downpour, but it's a drizzle. It's been doing it since we've got here. It's been raining since this morning, so I don't know if it's going to ever stop. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. And there's a snap. Quarterback's going to throw the bubble screen out here, and there he's across the 20 to the 25, 30, 35, 40, up to about the 45-yard line, and that's a good pitch and catch for the Piggott Mohawks.
Number 12, Logan Ralph, on a little bubble screen, and again, Osceola playing that soft coverage, looking to defend the run, and Tanner Dixon recognizes it, gets the ball out quick, gets it out there on target, and that's a 1st down for the Mohawks.
Plus, we overran the play.
Overrun it. That's the way those things are designed to work. They're trying to get you to overrun and over-pursue on the outside and bring the ball back into the middle.
4 wide receivers set. Shotgun formation for the Piggott Mohawks. There is a snap. Going to give it to the running back, and he's going to get away this time up to the 50, across the 50 to not the 50-yard line, maybe the 49-yard line.
Kamarian's been making that play all night, coming from the backside of the defense, trying to pursue the running back from the backside, and he just didn't get his hands on him that time.
That's going to end the third quarter with your score, Osceola 34, Piggott 12. You're listening to the Osceola Seminoles on the Sudbury Radio Sports app and the Seminole Nation Facebook page and YouTube page. We're going to be back in 1 minute. And welcome back, Seminole fans, to Parker Field here on the campus of Piggott High School. As we start the fourth quarter, it is 34-12. Osceola leading. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Piggott Mohawks, and the ball's sitting at the 50-yard line. Bobby, they was throwing T-shirts, and we could not get them to give us one.
I don't think they wanted to give us one. She still she says her arm was hurting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said she didn't have it to get it up here.
There's the handoff to the running back, number 58 for Osceola. Is going to have him in the backfield. That is Chris Littleton. So it's going to be a 2-yard loss. Going to bring up a 3rd and 7.
I'll tell you, that play is made by Big Trent Brown. He got good penetration, forced the runner back into the defense. A good play by Trent. Good job getting across the line of scrimmage and disrupting that play.
Ball sitting at the 48-yard line. Big 3rd down for Piggott. Three wide receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Shotgun formation for the quarterback. There's a snap. He's going to look to throw, and it's a bubble again. And this time they wasn't going to let him get it, Bobby.
Well, he just overthrew Logan Ralph. If he gets that ball out on time like he should, that's a good gainer. That might even get him a 1st down. Tanner Dixon was just late on the throw.
4th down for the Piggott Mohawks. 11-11 left in this fourth quarter. 34-12, Osceola leading.
Folks, I tell you, we got to get us a camera up here so you can see these facial expressions that Michael has when he makes those statements.
Folks, y'all just have no idea. It's so much fun. I promise you, it's so much fun to call this action for y'all every week. Me and Bobby, we really enjoy it. We really appreciate our sponsors letting us do it, and it's so much fun. We enjoy it so much. 4th down for the Piggott Mohawks. 3 wide receivers set. Your quarterback's going to look to throw. He's still looking to throw. He's going to be on the run now. He's still looking to throw. Got a man out there, Bobby, and it is complete. And it's going to be complete all the way down to about the 35-yard line and just lost containment.
Jacob O'Kane is in pursuit there, but that shows you the arm of Tanner Dixon. We do have a flag down on the play. It's going to be a hold against the Mohawks.
Right. There's another break. We like him breaks.
That is a break right there. Tanner Dixon rolling to his right, and man, he drops a dime out there on his receiver. That shows you the talent that he is at a quarterback.
Well, the good play will be neglected by the holding penalty on Piggott, so it's going to bring the ball. We'll see where it's at here. They're going to put it about the 38-yard line. What you hit me for?
Neglected?
Do you like it?
Or negated?
No, it was neglected. It was neglected that time. It might be negated next time. 4th down and long for the Piggott Mohawks. Punt formation this time. Deep to receive is Dan Newsom. There is a snap. It's a high. Oh, that's a good kick.
That's a good punt.
That's a good one. But Dan's going to get it at the 25. He's going to go across the 30. He's at the 35, the 40. He's trying to get the outside. He's going to tightrope the sideline. They're going to say he's out of bounds at about the 42, 43-yard line. So Osceola will have the ball 1st and 10. 10:46 left, Bobby. 34-12, Osceola.
And Osceola's in control of the football game now. So what you got to do here is just grind some clock.
Generous with all year. Tonight's the last home game of the year. We know we got spirit out here in our crowd, so everyone.
I'll tell you what, I'll give it to these Piggott fans, and I'll give it to these Seminole fans. They have sat out here in this rain the whole time with these umbrellas, and they've got their ponchos on, and cheerleaders for both sides are in their uniforms. They're just cheering away. You know, there's a lot of good spirit here tonight, Bobby. It's just a good football game.
And it's a testament to Piggott High School. They've put on a good football game here tonight, and the place is in good shape.
And there is a snap. They're going to give it to Rod Hale. He's maybe getting 1 yard up to the 44-yard line. Be second down, and we'll call it 9 for the Seminoles. And Piggott's got a man down about the 40-yard line.
Yep. The good hard tackle there by number 42 of the Mohawks, Trent Stevens. Rod had a lane to run the football, but Stevens closed quickly and was able to take Rod down.
Young man's going to get up.
Actually, looks almost like a cramp.
Yeah.
It'd be odd to see a cramp out here in this weather.
It does, Bobby. You're right.
No,
76.
75.
75?
Yep, Kyson Conley.
That's a big old young man right there, son. What's it say on him?
Our roster says that he's 6'3", 315, and I promise you he is every bit of it.
They are huge, folks, on the line. I think he's going to be fine once he gets stretched out. 2nd and 8 for Osceola. Ball sitting at the 45-yard line. Shotgun formation. Look like Don Taven Littleton's going to take it across the 50. It's going to be a foot race at the 45 to 40, 35 to 30, and he's just going to run out of bounds at about the 31-yard line, and that will be a 1st and 10. But hang on, we got a flag about the 49-yard line.
And that's a smart play there by Don Taven. We saw him make kind of a silly play earlier on the interception for a sophomore, but he gets out there and just gets out of bounds. Smart play by Don Taven Littleton.
We got a hold against the Seminoles. Yep. It's going to bring the ball back. Let's see. They're going to mark it off back to about the 35-yard line. We'll repeat the down, so still will be 2nd down, but we've got to get all the way across the 50 to about the 47 for a 1st down. Don Taven Littleton has taken over at quarterback. Shotgun formation. There's a snap. Going to throw a little dump pass to Brandon Johnson. He's across the 45, and he's going to go across up to about the 40, about the original line of scrimmage, about the 48-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for Osceola.
Just a little running back flare there out of the backfield and get that yardage back and get up here to 3rd and manageable.
We'll be 3rd and 10, 9:34 left in this ball game. 34 to 12 is your score. Osceola leading. One man comes into motion. That's Stephon Coleman. They're going to fake the handoff to him. They're going to reset on this side. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Shotgun formation. There's a snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw, and it's a fumble on the play. And I think Osceola's going to get it back, but it's going to break up a 4th down and a loss of about 5 yards, Bobby. 2
Mohawks made him a Don Taven sandwich right there. They met in the middle, and Don Taven was not able to hang on to the football. It's going to bring up a 4th down for the Seminoles. I think Coach Hooks is going to elect to punt the football here. It's smart coaching here. You've got a good, solid lead. You got a 22-point lead. Punt the football back and let your defense take over.
Number 59, Jacob O'Kane, is going to be your punter. Piggott's got 1 man deep about the 35-yard line. And there is a snap. It's going to be a good line drive kick. It's going to go across the 30. Well, it's going to be hit out of bounds right at about the 35-yard line, about the 36-yard line. So Piggott will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. 8:24 left, 34 to 12. Osceola leading.
And it's another case, Michael, that we've seen in the last few weeks where Osceola is getting the opportunity to play a lot of young kids and get them out here on the football field and get them some experience. I can guarantee you that some of these sophomores are going to have to play deep into the playoffs, and then it's going to be good that they've got this game time experience.
I agree with that 100%. Need to get them in there. Once again, Bobby, it is raining here in Piggott, Arkansas. Both teams have had to play in it. Kind of a slow first half for both teams. Second half has been explosion by Osceola. Piggott will have the ball now about the 36-yard line, looking to try to put some points on the board. Shotgun formation. Quarterback is in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to the wide receiver, who I think he was going to look to throw, and he's still going to look to throw, and he just heaves it. And I'm going to tell you, that was the play. He was going to throw it, but I don't know.
It was just a jet action sweep that was going to be a halfback pass, and it just didn't develop. There was penetration there by Jacob O'Kane and by Don Taven Littleton. The kid makes a great play. That is number 32, Drake Featherston, to get the ball out and not throw an interception and save that yardage.
That's dangerous.
That was very dangerous.
Second down and 10 at the 36-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. 1 running back to his right. There's a snap. Quarterback's on look to throw, and he throws it right there to number 12. And he's going to get up to about the 41-yard line. But, Bobby, I pointed this out. It looks like the inside receiver was blocking before the ball was even in the air. You know, that's why he was freed up. A lot of times you don't see a flag there because, you know, it's all in one motion. But our man was trying to get back to where the wide receiver was catching the ball, but he was already being blocked.
That's a rub play. It's just Michael Parker was in the inside slot, and Logan Ralph was outside of him, and he just runs across and rubs the defender.
Third down for Piggott at the 42-yard line. There's a snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw, and he just throws it behind the receiver, and it's going to ball incomplete. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Mohawks.
Yeah, that's another case there. Darnell Hopper doesn't get rubbed. The receiver misses that rub, and they're not able to complete the pass. The same play on the other side of the field.
Exactly. Big fourth down here for the Piggott Mohawks. They're going to need about 4 yards. They need to get across the at least the 46, maybe to the 47 to get a first down. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun formation. And there's a snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw, and he throws it. It almost was picked off. It just hit him in the chest and just fell for incomplete. So Osceola will take over 1st and 10 at about the 42-yard line.
Jonathan Stovall's going to see that in his sleep. I promise you. The ball hit him right in the chest, and there's nothing but green grass in front of him. He'll be thinking about that one all night. He's going to tell them all night, guys, I had it, but I didn't catch it. Folks, Osceola comes out. Don Taven Littleton is still your quarterback. Dennis Davis is running back to his right side. 4 wide receivers in the shotgun. The snap, the handoff is to Dennis Davis, and he has fumbled the football, but he picks it back up, and he is loose and back to the line of scrimmage. He ran about 20 yards there, dropped the football, and picked it up. Ran a long way to get back to the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Stovall is in it, running back. Dennis Davis goes out. Don Taven Littleton is still your quarterback, Seminole fans. It is 34-12 with 4:35 to go in the fourth quarter here at Mohawk Parker Field in Piggott, Arkansas. Seminoles are taking their time. Play clock's down to 9. They finally walk up to the line of scrimmage in a shotgun formation. Handoff is to Jonathan Stovall, and he's running up the middle there, and he is loose, folks. There's the 30. He's at the 25-yard line, and he fumbles the football out of bounds. We have a late flag. A late flag. Looks like we had a little skirmish here in the middle of the field about the 35-yard line. The ball is fumbled out of bounds forward. That's enough for a first down for the Seminoles. Let's see what the flag is. The flag is a personal foul on the Seminoles. I don't know exactly what happened. I know that Chris Williams was involved in it. Personal foul also on the Mohawks. That is going to offset. Those penalties will offset, and we're going to replay second down.
Both sides being second down and 10 for the Seminoles.
Second down and 10 for the Seminoles. We got 4:04 left to go in the fourth quarter. Dontaven Littleton is still your quarterback. I see Landry and Clayton on the field. Number 8 is your running back. He is not on our roster. 7. Alton Bournes, who usually wears number 7, is wearing number 8 tonight. He's your running back on the left side of Dontaven Littleton. Shotgun formation, 4 wides. And Osceola is going to use every bit of that play clock. There's the snap. The handoff is to Alton Bournes. And he's going to get about a yard or 2 yards. About a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. The ball is spotted at the 42-yard line, 41-yard line of the Piggott Mohawks. We see Jacob O'Kane running off the field there. Keywan Gregory is taking his place. Dontaven Littleton is still your quarterback. Alton Bournes is still your running back. Number 24, Jaden Brown, is in at wide receiver. So you see a lot of young Seminoles on the field right now, getting some game time experience. Shotgun set. Alton Bournes is to the right of Dontaven Littleton. There's the snap. Bobbled a little bit, handoff to Bournes, and he is taken down by number 50, Matt Cheshire of the Piggott Mohawks. Timing of the play was thrown off. The snap was a little bit high, hit Dontaven in the face mask, and he was unable to field it cleanly. That's going to be a loss of about 5 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 13 for your Seminoles. Looks like the Seminoles are going to keep the offense on the field and go for it here on 4th down. We got 2:27 to go in the ball game. Score is 34-12 Seminoles. And again, the Seminoles are using every bit of that clock they can. We got about 12 seconds on the play clock. Still looking to the sideline, looking for the play. Looks like we're going to run it down and take a timeout. And that's exactly what's happened. Coach Hooks just called a timeout with 2:04 left in the football game. 34-12 Seminoles. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And welcome back to Parker Field in Piggott, Arkansas at the campus of Piggott High School. The Osceola Seminoles versus the Piggott Mohawks, 34-12 Osceola. Osceola's now decided to punt the football, 4th down and 13 yards to go. Jacob O'Kane is back deep to punt. Looks like number 2, Michael Parker for the Piggott Mohawks, is back to receive. Clock is running. We're going to use all of the play clock again. 1:51 to go in the ball game. There's 10 seconds on the play clock. Jacob is going to run it down to the end. And there's the snap. It is a good punt by Jacob O'Kane. The ball is going to land at about the 16-yard line. It's going to roll down to the Mohawk 12. The ball is going to be spotted at the Piggott 12-yard line. Piggott will take over 1st and 10. We have 1:34 left to go in the football game. Score is 34-12 Osceola. I tell you, folks, this rain is still coming down, but this football field has held up very, very well. It's natural turf here. You can tell that the Piggott Mohawks ground crew takes really good care of this football field. It's held up very well tonight. We haven't seen a lot of slip, so they do a good job here. The Mohawks come out there in the shotgun set, single set running back on the right side of the quarterback. You got 3 wide to the boundary and 1 wide to the field. Handoff is to number 22, Nikki Reisner of the Mohawks, and there's a tackle again by Kamarian Brooks. Kamarian's played well coming from the backside on that run from his defensive end position. He's made several solo tackles tonight. That one was for a little bit of a loss. Loss of about 1 yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 11. You got 48 seconds to go in the football game. Piggott's going to have to snap the football again. Shotgun set, single set running back on the left side of the quarterback. 3 wide to the boundary, 1 wide to the field, and there's a handoff again. And a pretty good run there.
32, Drake Featherston on the carry.
and that's number 32, Drake Featherston, on the carry. I think that's going to end our football game, folks.
Next Thursday night,
You got 22 seconds to go in the football game. There's a first down, so they reset the play clock to 25 seconds. It has not started. You got 13 seconds of counting. Piggott is going to snap the football again. 3 wide to the boundary, 1 wide to the field side. Quarterback is in the shotgun by himself. He's going to throw the ball deep, and he had a receiver there. Just could not connect with Michael Parker, and that's going to bring us to the end of the football game, folks. We ended the first half at a 12-12 tie. Piggott had played very, very well throughout the first half of the football game. Osceola comes out in the second half and takes over. And we see the teams going to midfield to shake hands. Michael has made his way down to the field, and he's going to attempt to get a post-game interview with Coach Hooks. We'll take just a second here to go through our scoring. The first quarter, the 6:22 in the first quarter, we had M.J. Vance on a 1-yard TD run, and the extra point was blocked. That brought us to 6-0. 10:38 to go in the second quarter. Piggott, number 2, Michael Parker, had a 6-yard TD run. Their 2-point conversion was no good, and we were tied at 6-6. 10:09 to go in the second quarter. Number 1, Dan Newsom, had a 5-yard TD run, and again, the 2-point conversion was no good, had us at 12-6, Osceola. And at 4:53 to go in the second quarter, Michael Parker had an 11-yard TD pass to number 5, Hayden Tarno. 2-point conversion was no good, and we are knotted up at 12-12 at halftime. And now we have Michael down on the field. Looks like he's got Coach Hooks with him, and we'll go to the post-game interview.
Coach, what a game. Tell 2 halves. Here in the first half, you go in 12-12. You come out in the second half, you get some Seminole offense on the roll. Had 2 big turnovers in the second half. Just talk about a little bit about the first half going into the second half.
Well, just inconsistency. We move the football and we'll give it up or make a dumb penalty. You cannot win a championship like that with the inconsistency that we had. You're going to play exactly how you practice. So, we saw some of that. I talked to you earlier in the week, and I told you that's the way we practice. Me as a coach, I didn't have our guys ready. Have to do a better job of getting them ready and focused for this game. Defensively, we gave up some big runs right up the middle, and that's just a lack of focus and not reading keys.
Yes, sir. You go in at halftime. You make some adjustments. You come out in the second half. You get some big plays there. You get up on this team. The elements weren't always what you want it to be, but no matter what, you come out on top here tonight, and we live to see another day.
Right. No, we're not gonna make any excuses. Not the elements. It's our focus. It's our lack of focus, and we're gonna work on that this week.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you so much for being with us. Hey, player of the game tonight, number 45, DeCarlos Woods. DeCarlos, hey, man, what a game. Dude, we watched you all night. You were all over the field making great plays there on defense. Just talk a little bit about your defense here tonight.
Man, first half, our defense came out. Like, first 5 minutes, we had a momentum going. Then I guess we just got lost. They got to making big plays. We got to making excuses and started blaming others, and we had to come as a team. Second half, like Coach said, he made some adjustments and just got on us, and we came out here and played football. When
you needed to stop DeCarlos, y'all got it. I know Kamara and Brooks made a couple of big plays there, but it seemed like every time something big happened tonight on defense, you were right there. Just talk a little bit about how proud of your defense are to just make the stops. I know you were you got pushed around there early, but just talk a little bit about what it meant to you to get this defense together and get out here with a win tonight.
Like me, I'm a defense player. I had to hype my defense up. I had to be hyped. And my other DN, Brooks, he was just amazing tonight. He did everything that you can just want him to do.
Yes, sir.
He came through big plays we didn't expect him to make. Tackles that the linebackers we missed, he came and made it.
Yes, sir. Hey, player of the game tonight, number 45, DeCarlos Woods. Good job, big man. Hey, go celebrate this win. We'll get ready for corning next week. Hey, back to you, Bobby, in the booth.
All right, folks, there you have it. Your player of the game, DeCarlos Woods, played well all night on the defensive side of the football. And we can go back to our scoring recap again, and you heard it right. At halftime, we're tied 12-12 with the Piggott Mohawks. We come out in the third quarter, 10:34 to go in the third quarter, and you have a 44-yard touchdown pass from M.J. Vance to Stephon Coleman. And, again, our 2-point conversion is no good. And I keep saying this. I'm going to keep saying it until they get it right. Those extra points are going to come back to haunt them if they don't start converting them. We're 18-12 at that point. Again in the third quarter, 6:47 to go, 17-yard TD run by Brandon Johnson. And finally, we get a 2-point conversion. That was a run by Dan Newsom, and it brings our score to 26-12 Osceola with 6:47 to go in the third quarter. And our final score came with 4:05 to go in the third quarter. Number 5, Brandon Johnson with a 55-yard touchdown run. And the 2-point conversion was again good by Dan Newsom. Brings us to our final score, which was 34-12 Osceola. Folks, Michael's making his way back to the booth. But a good, again, a tale of two halves by the Osceola Seminoles. It was reminiscent again of the Walnut Ridge game. We came out flat in the first half, and we found ourselves in a football game with a team that we should have an advantage over. And it just turned it around at halftime and came out and played well in the second half.
Bobby, I think you can hear when I talked to Coach Hooks there, he's not pleased whatsoever. He does not like the way his team responded tonight. He put all the blame on himself, said that he didn't have him prepared, and that would be something that would not happen again. So, I mean, you could tell the coach was just, we wasn't really happy here tonight.
And you could see it, Michael. You could see it on the football field. What he talked about was a lack of focus, and that's exactly what I saw. You saw a football team that didn't come out of the gate ready to play football, didn't expect much from a Piggott Mohawk football team. They haven't shown much all year. It's a 1-6 football team. So you got a lot of youth on this Osceola Seminole football team, and they look at a team like Piggott that hasn't done very much this year, and they think they're going to come in here and waltz through with a victory, and they got hit in the mouth.
Well, and that's exactly right. And Coach feels bad because he just does not feel that he prepared his team tonight. And Bobby, you don't prepare your team, you take a loss.
Well, Michael,
you can't do that.
We both know that's coach speak. We both know that he hasn't changed a thing that he does in practice. He hasn't changed his coaching style at all. He's went out and worked those kids, and he's told them all week, you're playing around, you're not focused, and it's going to cost us on Friday night. And he is right. It is his responsibility. Ultimately, it is his responsibility to put a football team on the field that is prepared to play and prepared to go out and win. But we both know that Monday it's probably not going to be good to be in a Seminole uniform.
You're exactly right. But on the bright side, it was good to see DeCarlos Woods get in there and play big minutes at the defensive end position. Kamarian Brooks was on the other side. They played a heck of a position tonight, even though, you're probably sitting there thinking, well, why in the world are y'all talking about the defense when they gave up all them points? But, folks, what you don't understand, when you have to dig down and get a stop, you have to do it. And offense scored enough to win, defense scored enough for us to win. You hats off to them two defensive ends. You'll get A.J. Harris back next week, that'll help you a whole lot. So, hey, played good enough to win. That's all I can say about it, Bobby. We get the W. Yep. We're still undefeated in conference. We're going to go to Corning next week. They're going to play us just as hard as Piggott did. And we played good enough to win. That's all I can say about it.
And if folks want to know why we pick a defensive player in that instance, it's because DeCarlos was the bright spot. He was the shining bright spot. We didn't pick the whole defense.
No.
But DeCarlos played well, and he bared down when he had to, and he got out there and got after it and was scrappy and didn't quit and didn't slow down, didn't give in. Even when things weren't going their way, he was still pushing. So you had a Seminole team there that found a way to win, and that's what you need. And Coach Hooks is right. It's not championship football at this point, but you don't get to championship football if you don't have a win like this in there somewhere.
This exactly right. They're not all going to be blowouts. It's not all going to be wine and roses, I promise you that. So Seminoles get the win here tonight, 34-12. This time we want to thank Miss Denise Berg back at the station. She's kept us together all night long. Without her, this would not be possible. I want to thank Gage Eflin being on the camera tonight. Appreciate him so much. I want to thank Jay Gonzalez. He's the one that makes the magic happen. We stand up here and talk all night long, but he brings us in on the live feed from the breaks and all that stuff and keeps everything rolling. Jay, we appreciate you so much. I want to thank Coach Thompson. He gives us with our stats all night long. Appreciate him so much. Without that, we couldn't keep up with everything, I promise you. At this time, we want to thank all of our sponsors, both on the Sudbury Radio Sports app and on the Seminole Nation live feed. Thank you so much for sponsoring Osceola Seminole football. It's because of you is the reason why me and Bobby can do what we do every Friday night. Folks, it's so much fun. It is so much fun. We get to travel together, me, him, and Jade and Gage, and we get to travel together, and we get to go out and eat together. We're going to eat, I promise you that. But we get to call Seminole football, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I promise you I wouldn't. Next week, Seminoles will be on the road once again to Corning. It's not going to get any easier, folks. We have to go to Corning next week and play the Corning Bobcats, and we hope everybody can get on the road and go with us. If not, we'll be live here again next Friday night on the Sudbury Radio Sports app and the Seminole Nation on Facebook and YouTube. So for my partner, Bobby Eflin, for Jade Gonzalez, for Gage Eflin, we want to say good night from Parker Field here in Piggott, Arkansas.